All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Terry Thompson here, and it is Friday evening. Hashtag Friday. So, man, this has been an interesting last couple of weeks. So the last couple of weeks I've been fairly busy. I've been in class for the last couple of weeks, so haven't really been able to participate the way that I normally do. But I've tried to get in some watch time whenever I can, and yeah, I've been trying to. So if you can hear me, please let me know that you can hear me. And I need to turn that down right there. So let me hit mute on that. Sorry about that. Need to hit mute on that. So anyway, so I've been in class for the last couple of weeks. I haven't really been able to participate as much as I wanted to. But I was able to get some watch time in there and watch a few people go live. All right, so if you're joining me here, let me know in the chat. I know we got here Rodaline De Los Reyes. Thank you for joining me tonight. Rodaline De Los Reyes, thank you. Hopefully your Friday is really good. I know you said that that you're doing, let's see, it says, I'm okay. How about my Friday? So my Friday is pretty awesome, man. I mean, every day for me is Monday, so I guess my Monday is kind of awesome. You know, when you think about that kind of an attitude, when every day is Monday, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, it's all Monday anyway. So, once again, if you're just now joining me, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. That way I know that you're here, and I can acknowledge that you're here and give you a shout out within my live stream. So once again, drop me a comment, let me know you're here. And here's another big thing, man. Let's get a bunch of damn people in here tonight, because I got a bunch of motivating things that I want to talk about on this Friday, and I need more people in here. So if you want to go over and get some people, and let's do a raid. Come on over and raid my channel if you have some people that you think you can bring on over here. Let's do a Terry Wade Thompson channel raid tonight, so that way we can get some motivation, we can get some inspiration on this Friday. You know, because it's been a great week. I am ready for the weekend, man. Today just couldn't have gotten here any faster. However, you know, somebody kind of asked me a while back, so I'll kind of take a step back on that one. Somebody asked me a while back, you know, what's your favorite day of the week? And I was like, well, gosh, you know, every day is my favorite day of the week. You know, whenever you think of every day is Monday, like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, every day is Monday. When every day is Monday, every day is a great day. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing going. If you're in my stream listening, drop me a comment, leave me some emojis, and we'll get this thing started. I'll get you some shout outs going, but let's get some people over here. Let's do a Terry Wade Thompson raid tonight, and let's get motivated. All right, so let me know where you're from. If you got any questions, you got anything you want to ask me, anything that you want to talk about, anything you want to chat about tonight, let's get it, man. I'm freaking pumped up and ready to go here. All right, so Minds Vlogs, welcome to the live stream, Minds Vlogs. So I caught you earlier today, and I think it was during my lunch break when I got on your live stream and caught a little bit of your stream. So check this out, man. I got a new camera today. So how does the new camera look? I think this new camera looks a lot cleaner, looks a lot crisper, a lot clearer. I didn't really get a great sound check in earlier, so I ended up using my computer's sound card, because when I did my test it didn't work out properly. But I do have a brand new camera, and I think it looks a lot better, a lot clearer. I'm able to really get a good clear screen here, a lot better than the camera that I had before. So Minds Vlogs, welcome, thank you once again. And let's go ahead and get this thing started. All right, so once again, as we're going along, if you do have any questions, anything that you want to hear me talk about, please let me know in the chat and we'll get this thing going. So, who here likes nature? I know myself, I love nature. The other day, you know, and I really don't get a good opportunity to really get out in the morning and go sit out on my front porch and really just kind of watch nature, just really kind of listen to nature. And the other day, I got up at normal time that I usually get up. I usually get up anywhere between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. On most occasions, it's around 4:30. But on this particular morning, I got up at 4 o'clock. I got up, and from 4 to 6, I had my normal morning routine, and I was reading a book for a couple of hours. And once the sun started to come up, I went outside because at 6 o'clock my water comes on. I got an alarm. I got a timer set on the water to water my flowers out in the front yard, and to water the grass and all that stuff. And I was just kind of sitting there watching the sun come up. Man, it's a great view as always every morning. And so I was kind of listening, and I was like, man, do you hear that? And what I heard is the sound of running water, which was, my water hose over here timed watering my flowers. But I heard nature. I heard a bunch of like crickets and this, that, and the other in the background. I was like, man, I got to record this. So I kind of stopped. I went inside. I grabbed my phone, went back outside again, and I started recording for about 2 minutes. I recorded the water, which sounded like a running stream. And then I recorded the crickets and everything in the background, and that was just a great backdrop for the water and nature combination. It was awesome, man. I recorded just a couple of minutes, and I'm going to see if I can play some music over top of that in one of my videos. But here's what my point is. My point to all that is there is so much more to life when you discover beauty in the simple things. And for me, that was a simple thing. Just the simplicity of going outside, right? Watching the sunrise, listening to the water, listening to nature. That was simple beauty. That was something that I normally don't get an opportunity to do. And for me to just really kind of slow my mind down, slow myself down enough to really find beauty in a simple thing like nature. For me, that was awesome. I just kind of stood there for a little bit and just really kind of took that moment in, because I really don't get very many moments like that. I'm usually going about 1,000 miles an hour, wherever it is that I'm going and whatever it is that I'm doing. And, and it can be quite frustrating. And I'm trying to slow down. I really am. I'm trying to slow down a lot more these days and take in little things like that. Which kind of brings me to my next point. Anyone can be busy, but not everyone is productive. Okay? And that's kind of a punch in the face. And I actually kind of mean that to be a punch in the face. Anybody can be busy, but not everyone is productive. All right, so Mine's Vlogs in the chat here we got, doing live streaming using your phone is so cool and easy. And I'll agree with you. So I just discovered, what is that? Streamlabs. So the other day I went, because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so I have to really figure out different ways in which to live stream. So I downloaded Streamlabs on my phone, and now I'm able to connect my phone and do a live stream. I did a couple while I was at work, just kind of hanging out here and there. And, there was a bit of a delay, a little bit of a lag. It cut out here and there, and I even did a drive home where I was driving home. I got nothing better to do when I'm driving home. So when I'm driving home, I really want to do something. I want to talk to somebody. I want to chat. I want to do something. Because not all the time I really feel like listening to the radio. I really don't. I really don't feel like listening to the radio all the time. Sometimes I want to kind of gather my thoughts and kind of chat and this, that, and the other, and I don't always want to talk to friends or family sometime. So for me, that's kind of a great way to be able to do that. And I tell you what, when I do get up to 1K, when I get that 1K and I'm able to actually freaking live stream using my phone instead of an app, man, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait, because I'm going to live stream all the damn time. It's going to be awesome. All right, so Rodeline de los Reyes says only 15 minutes because only data in the Philippines. That's interesting. So you're saying that you can only stream for 15 minutes because the data costs a lot? And I get that. I understand that, because data, I know some phones do tend to cost quite a bit in reference to data. So I can definitely understand that. I think my dad has one of those types of things where he has to pay for all of the time that he's on his phone. I have unlimited streaming, unlimited minutes, unlimited text, unlimited everything on my phone. But yeah, that would really suck if you, because I think anything after 15 minutes you have to pay extra for it, if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh yeah, okay. So I was buffering really bad, and I think I did kind of catch some of that, because every time I started buffering, here's what happened. on my phone, it kept going off. It kept turning on. It kept turning the live stream off when I started buffering really bad. And what I would have to do is I would have to tap to go live again. And yeah, I actually remember that. That was like 3 or 4 separate times my phone cut just completely off. And oh, really? So you can only see my live stream for 15. Oh, because you're using your phone. I see. Okay. Well, Rodelene de los Reyes, thank you for joining me, though. Honestly, really, thank you for joining me. If you only have 15 minutes and you're choosing to spend that 15 minutes with me, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for taking time and coming over and spending your 15 minutes with me. Mine's Vlogs, thank you for taking time out of your day to come on over and spend time with me as well, too. And if you are with me here, watching me live once again, and you can hear me, please drop me a comment. Let me know that you're watching me so that way I can give you a shout out, because I really don't know who's watching me live here. For some strange reason, and I don't know why YouTube does this, they will not let you see who the hell is watching the freaking live stream. It actually kind of pisses me off a little bit that I can't see who all... Actually, you know what? It is showing it this time. So Belle's Reborn Nursery is also with us here. Oh, crap, I didn't mean to do that. That's not what I wanted to do. I actually clicked off my freaking live stream on one of my browsers that I have open here. So I know you guys can't see that, but Belle's Reborn Nursery. Hey, how's everything going today? Where are you joining me from, if you don't mind sharing where you're at? I'm in Virginia myself, so I'm on the East Coast here, and we're not really. It's raining, so in reference to the hurricane, we got a little bit of cold weather today. It was in the low to mid 70s today, so we are getting kind of a tail end of that. It was raining a little bit today. Not windy, so we really don't have like much of the hurricane, but we're getting kind of a little bit of the weather, so it's really not hit us yet. But we'll see. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow, so we'll see how the hurricane is affecting us here. Northern Pennsylvania, how about that? So back in January, I drove through Pennsylvania. So I actually do take college classes with Villanova University, which is up in Pennsylvania. And yeah, I drove through Pennsylvania, and I actually had to pay a couple of toll booths. Man, there's a couple of freaking was it Pennsylvania or was it over in Ohio? It might have been over in Ohio. I think Ohio's the next state over from that. I don't remember. But there's a couple of toll booths somewhere out there. Man, I ended up having to pay for those damn things because I don't carry cash on me. And out in the middle of nowhere, there's these 2 freaking toll booths. And I got cars behind me, no cash. It doesn't take cards or nothing like that. And I'm like, oh gosh, I just got to drive through this thing. So I got the cars to back up. They let me back up, and then I went through the other thing. And of course, I got flashed, and I ended up having to pay the toll booths online. So that's kind of my, yeah, exactly. It was the Turnpike. Yeah, it was the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. You are correct. All right, so Rodelene de los Reyes says, shout out my friend Jonalyn Valmoria, Rosalie Nava. Oh, I think that's you talking. Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out. Trying to see if I can see who else is in here. That way I can kind of give some shout outs as well too. Nope, I still only see like 4 people. Yeah, so if you're joining me here once again, drop me a comment. We got a few people watching me here live tonight. All right, so back to my point that I was making here. Anyone can be busy, but not everyone is productive. Okay? How many of you actually work with people or have been around people, whether it be friends, family members, co-workers, peers, whatever label you want to put on it, and you ask them, like, how are you doing? And the first words out of their mouth is, I'm busy. You know, they don't even really say anything else. They're just like, I'm busy. I know that could be quite frustrating whenever people say, I'm busy. Well, busy doing what, man? It looks like you're really just kind of getting coffee, or, you know, you're just sitting on your tail end, or whatever the case may be. You know, being busy and being productive are two completely different things here. All right, so Belle's Reborn Nursery, what's my channel about? Just to let you know a little bit about what my channel is about. So if you're not sure who I am, my name is Terry Thompson. I am a motivational speaker. I am a published author. I am an entrepreneur, businessman, so to speak. And if you look in the right-hand corner there of the screen, you'll see a couple of books there, How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019 and Leadership Solved. So those are two books that I'm giving away on my website. There you can see also on the screen, terrythompson.me. So if you head on over to terrythompson.me, you will see exactly a little bit more about me there. I got some blog posts. You can see all of my books that I have there. And the two books that you see on the screen are absolutely for free. All I ask is that you join up, provide a valid email address, and you will get instant access to both of those books. Once again, I promise not to spam anybody. I don't spam anybody. I'm really not even trying to sell people anything. I do have things that I am going to sell, and I do have products and services that I do sell. But here's what I want to do. My goal, my purpose is to provide purpose, motivation, direction, value, all right, up front. So that way I build a relationship with you, I build trust with you. You get a little bit to know about me by reading my books, and I'll interact with you via email as well too. So a lot of times whenever I send emails out, which I very rarely do, I do have a newsletter which I very rarely send out as well too, because I really interact via social media with everybody. I interact on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. And my newsletter is really just a way for me to really make announcements or give more free content back. So whenever you do provide an email address, really all that I do from there is that I just send out, more books, or I send out more products or what have you. Now I do have some paid stuff. Once again, if you look on my page, I do have a Patreon. So that's one way in which people can show their support to me, is by joining my Patreon. And joining my Patreon, you get access to all of my content. I'll give all my books for free. I give my audiobook and all my ebooks for free. I got exclusive content. So once again, I don't want you to do that. So don't think that I'm trying to sell anything right up front. I definitely don't want that. I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy the conversation, enjoy what's going on, enjoy the value, enjoy the motivation. If you do have any questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate to ask any question at all. I will do my best to try to address any question or concern or anything. But I really talk about motivation, inspiration, leadership, life coaching, things like that. Those are really the things that I like to focus on. Okay, because like I said, I'm a motivational speaker. I have spoken on stage to thousands of people. I've been to a lot of different events. And yeah, it's a downloadable book. So so here's how it works. When you go to my website and you see the links there to where you get the books, there's a form that you fill out. When you fill out that form with your email, what will happen is you will get taken to the next page, in which you will get immediate access to download the book on the next page. So once you provide the email address, that gives you access to the next page to download the ebook. On the audio book, same concept. You provide an email address, you get taken to the next page, you get immediate and instant access to listen to and download the audiobook. If that answers your question. And that's great though. You're always trying to be motivational, inspirational on your channel as well too. So I'm definitely going to have a look at your channel. Matter of fact, let me have a look real quick and see if we're connected. I'm not sure if we're connected or not. So let me go over here and take a look at your channel, Belle's Reborn Nursery. And we are not connected, so I have just now subscribed to your channel. All right, so new subscriber, new friend. I look forward to having a look at your content as well. You have 2,000 subscribers. That is absolutely awesome. See, now that's one of my goals as well too. I just started focusing on my YouTube channel, so you see that I got, I think, 400. I'm pushing 500, and that's just because I just now recently started focusing on my YouTube channel. I really focused more on my Facebook and on my Instagram and on my website. So those are really like the main things that I focused on. I focused on building my website traffic first, and then I focused on my Facebook, and then I focused on my Instagram. So YouTube, literally just started focusing on this, I would say probably about 2, maybe 3 months ago. So I'm slowly starting to grow, slowly starting to build up here. And so I got a lot more content coming. I got a lot more live streams coming. I got a lot more cool things that we're about ready to get into here once I do continue to build out my channel. All right, so you've been connected to me for a few days. Maybe I missed that because I usually get notifications of who follows me. I may have commented back because usually if I get left a comment, I'll try to leave a comment as well too. But I'm following you now. I hope that you got the notification that I'm following you, and I'll make sure that I'll take a look at your videos, leave comments as well too. So Belle's Reborn Nursery, yeah, I get a lot of viewers because I stay positive, enthusiastic, and that is absolutely amazing because, you know, anybody can be negative. With all the crap that's going on out there in the world today, it's easy for people to really just kind of sit back and be negative. It's really easy for people to just kind of punch holes into things and always find just that negative or bad stuff. But it takes an intentional effort to really focus on the positive. It really does. You know, even negative self-talk. A lot of people have so much things going on in their lives that they have this negative self-talk going on in their head. And usually what happens internally happens externally as well too, whether it be in the form of a facial expression, whether it be in the form of body language, or whether it be in the form of actually something being said, or maybe a sound, okay? Something as simple as like a breath, okay, can mean a negative attitude. Putting your head down could be a negative attitude. Putting your hand up on your forehead, negative attitude. You know, once again, those types of things give it away. They really do. All right. Yeah, people can make it really hard, especially on social media. I get it. So Belle's Reborn Nursery, thank you for that one as well, too. So social media is really one of those things that there are a lot of people out there that really, they have no filter. They immediately, I'll give you an example, Reddit. I love Reddit because of the potential that it gives you to get a lot of traffic, because I've literally put something up on Reddit and immediately received thousands of views on other, you know, on other platforms that I have. And then I've put something up on Reddit and immediately just got crushed. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, the Reddit police are significantly much harder than the YouTube police and other, you know, other things that's out there. I think the easiest platform is probably Instagram. There's really, you can pretty much do a lot of things on Instagram, and you know, people are fairly okay on Instagram. But Reddit, oh man, if you post something somebody doesn't like on Reddit, they will crush you immediately. And if you get crushed immediately, that post is not seen. You will move down in the rankings, and you just won't get seen. You won't get no traffic. And you know, they are quick to call spam on stuff. Quick. I put a motivational post up on there one time, and gosh, within like 5 seconds, somebody was up there. They said the post was taken down and said, make sure you read the rules and you can't post this and post that. And I was like, dude, all it is an image. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it had my website on there, or it had like an @ or something on there, but they were quick, man. So many rules and regulations. So here's my take on spam, because that's kind of a really good topic as well too, is spam. Here's something. I'm going to make a bold statement. Bold statement coming right here. Hashtag bold statement. Okay? Everything on the internet is spam. To someone. Everything on the internet is spam to someone. Okay? I guarantee that something that I like, you don't like. And I guarantee something you like, I don't like. And that goes to a wide spectrum of audience that's out there. Okay? That goes out to a wide spectrum of audience. Everything on the internet is spam to someone. Okay? People that don't like so-and-so think that it's spam. But people that like so-and-so, and I'm not going to mention names, think that's the greatest thing in the world. Okay? And you know what? And here's the interesting thing, though. Those so-and-sos I follow. I post on their posts. I follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and I will comment because I'm trying to gain visibility on the coattails of those bigger people. But immediately someone is automatically going to say, oh, spam. Oh, this person showed too much, cleavage or too much butt or too much whatever. I was like, well then, dude, you don't have to comment. You don't like it, fucking leave. You know what I'm saying? But people feel inclined to leave their 2 cents when their 2 cents, I don't need your spare change. I'm just saying. But my point is everything on the internet is spam to someone. All right. So Prince View Channel. Hey, how's everything going? Prince View Channel. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Prince View Channel. So if you're still here, drop me another comment or another emoji. Let me know that you're here watching. So I'm checking out your channel right now to see if we are connected. Prince View Channel. If you're not connected with Prince View Channel, make sure you go out there and so we are connected. All right, so Prince View Channel, I am subscribed to your channel. I am following you. Hey, 716. Great job, man. 716. You're getting closer to that 1K. We all are. And some of y'all are already over 1 and 2K. And that's absolutely amazing right there. I tell you what, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I wish that my YouTube was up there where my Facebook and my Instagram is, because I would really like to be able to motivate and inspire more people. I really have some bigger things that are coming here pretty soon. But once again, I'm going to move right along here with what it is that I'm going to talk about tonight. But if you do have something that you want to hear me talk about, you got any questions, anything like that, please let me know within the chat, and I will do my best to try to talk about anything that you want to talk about. The only thing that I really don't talk about, I don't talk about politics and I don't talk about religion. Okay? Those are 2 topics I really don't get into. I think there's a time and a place for both of them. I have my perspective on both of them, but it's something that I don't need to share on this platform. All right, so here's what my plan is for tonight. My plan for tonight is to take motivational, inspirational quotes from my books and further elaborate on those concepts, okay? And that's what I want to do. So I've already started off with a couple of them and just continuing along. That's exactly what I want to do tonight. So I want to present with you content from my books, basically quotes, some of the best stuff that I have written, and what I'm reading from is from my Instagram page. So I got a lot of quote cards on my Instagram page, and that's where I'm pulling these off of, is from my Instagram page. So if you're not connected with me on Instagram, once again, at the top of my channel, you will see links to my social media, my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you are on those platforms and you do want to connect with me on those platforms, please let me know that you watched me on the live stream so that way I know it's you. Because if you follow me and you got some name that I'm not familiar with, I might not follow you back, because I'll be brutally honest with you. On Instagram, I do not follow everybody. I don't. And on Facebook, neither. Neither on Twitter. Okay, but if you let me know that you watched me on my live stream, leave me a comment, I'll make sure that I follow you back. All right. So my next quote here is, stop making excuses about your situation or your circumstance and create opportunities. Okay, so many people every single day bitch and complain about their situation or their circumstances that they don't even understand that there's opportunity everywhere. There's nothing in between you and success but air and opportunity. It depends on how you look at it. Depending on how you look at a particular circumstance or situation will depict the appropriate action that you need to take in order to accomplish that. Because I'm telling you right now, there is nothing but air and opportunity between you and success. All you have to do is take appropriate action, create those opportunities, and go out there and get you some of that success. But people are more focused, once again, on the negativity, the excuses about their situation or their circumstances. Okay, great. Those are great. It's great that you identify those, okay? But what action are you going to take to alleviate those problems? So I am familiar with a process called an after-action review. That's whenever you got a particular thing, circumstance, situation, event, whatever label you want to put on it. It has happened. You take a step back, conduct what's called an after-action review, and what that is that's where you are asking particular questions, and then you are formulating a game plan to mitigate that next time. So some of the things that you should ask yourself, okay, is this right here. What was supposed to happen? What did happen? All right. What went right? What went wrong? What needs improvement? And what action do I need to take next time so that it doesn't happen again? And then rinse and repeat that process. Okay, so if that does happen again for some strange reason, whatever the case may be, you repeat that process. Go through the after-action review and ask those same questions and figure out what it is that you need to do next time so that it doesn't happen again. What this does is this helps you build better habits, okay? Because a lot of people out there want better goals. I want a goal. I want to achieve this goal. I want to achieve this level of a success. I want to accomplish this. I want to accomplish that. You know what? I don't want to accomplish any of that crap. You know why? Because it hasn't happened yet. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have goals, okay? I do have goals. I am striving for certain things. But you know what I really strive for? Better habits. Better habits. Because when you have a better habit, that has already been ingrained within you, your mind, your body, your spirit, and your actions, so that and you do that each and every time. I want better habits, not necessarily better goals, okay? But it is nice to have those types of things. But I want to take those goals and turn them into habits so that I'm automatically and intuitively and intentionally doing those things on a daily basis. Okay? So don't wish for goals, wish for better habits. All right? So Minds Vlogs, you got to go. Getting ready to go to work. All right, hey, Minds Vlogs, thank you for stopping by. Have a great day at work. And I'll make sure that I take a look at your videos, leave comments and everything as well, too. Have a great day at work. Wishing you all the best and continued success. You're absolutely amazing. You're awesome, man. All right, so Belle's Reborn Nursery says, definitely grab up them opportunities. The only thing that can bring you down is yourself. You are absolutely correct. You are your own worst enemy. 9 times out of 10, if you didn't achieve the level of success that you wanted or the desired outcome, there's usually a reason. And 9 times out of 10, that reason is you. You are your own worst enemy. You are your own worst obstacle. Now, here's the bigger thing. A lot of people do not accept that responsibility because taking responsibility for your own actions, taking responsibility for those outcomes is challenging. It's difficult, but you have to do it. It is an absolute must that you take responsibility for the things that you can control. And believe it or not, there's a lot of things that you can control. You can control a lot more than you believe. The thing is you have to believe in yourself first. Like the quote goes, you want to achieve, first you believe. Once you're able to believe, then you can achieve. Once you take appropriate action. Okay? Yeah, it's morning there. I think she's about 12 hours ahead of us, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, morning time there. But Minds Vlogs, thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you. Have a great day at work. Stay blessed. Love your live streams, by the way. We got to get on there and you got to play a game again. You know, guess what it is. So she does this. She does this thing where she has a little box and you got to guess the item in there. When she does that, it's freaking awesome. I'm good at it. All right. Have a great day at work. I guess it's getting dark here. I have no idea. I'm downstairs in my basement, so I mean, I'm sure it is dark, but I'm downstairs in my basement with no windows, so yeah, I have no idea. A lot of times when I come down here to my cave, you know, I tune myself out to the rest of the world. So this is my office down here. I got a couple of different sides to my office. So I've got my computer set up here. So in front of me, I got two computer screens. I got two monitors, and I got like, gosh, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different windows open on my monitors here. So I'm looking at about 5 different things here as I'm talking to you. And then to that way, to the right of me, that way, I've got a recording studio. So I'm also a musician as well too. So I got a full recording studio over there, and I got my other set of computers over there. So I got a computer here, I got a computer over there. I got all kinds of crap. But yeah, that's where I got my drum set, my piano, my guitar, my bass, my microphones. Everything is over on the other side over there. So Belle's Reborn Nursery, I live in my basement too. Your work area, your nursery for your dolls, studio, and bedroom as well too. So your dolls, what kind of dolls do you have? Do you make porcelain dolls? What type of dolls? I know my mom, she makes these porcelain dolls. So basically the only thing that's porcelain is the face. So what she does is she builds up kind of like I have no idea how to say this, but like a Raggedy Ann, like a stuffed doll or something like that is the body, I guess. And then the face, she basically attaches this porcelain face to it, puts kind of a hoodie or something, and she paints the face. You know, she really does really good elaborate artwork on the faces. I don't think she does that much anymore these days, but she used to do that. My sister, on her wall, my goodness, she has these little porcelain masks that she has painted. So she has this mold, and basically she does a mold of this porcelain mask, and then she paints these designs on them, and she sells them and puts them up in her house and this, that, and the other. I don't know if she sells them anymore. I know she used to. She used to go to the flea market and a bunch of different areas like that right there. And I don't think they get into that anymore. I think my sister might do some stuff on Etsy or eBay, but I'm not quite sure these days. So reborn baby dolls, they're baby dolls that are painted and rooted with real hair and weighted so that they look and feel like a real baby. That's interesting. Made out of soft vinyl. So I think I've seen something on your YouTube channel. If you do have some videos of that, I'll go make sure that I take a look at it. And so that's a business for you. Is that a business for you? I know there's a delay in the chat here, but yeah, is that a business for you? If that's a business for you, I might be able to provide some type of an opportunity for you. Nothing I'm going to charge you for. Don't worry about that. All right, so, hey, Robert Banks. Robert Banks has joined us tonight, man. Hey, brother, thanks for joining us here tonight, man. I tell you what, if you guys are not connected to Robert Banks, make sure you head on over and get connected with Robert Banks. His live streams are absolutely freaking lit, man. Robert, usually I check your lunchtime live streams, and you over there talking about Twitter and stuff like that, man. It's awesome. Yeah, I think that's your lunch break. I think your lunch break is a live stream, but that's absolutely awesome that you use your lunch break to go out and have a live stream with us. But Robert Banks has joined us here tonight, man. Your live streams are absolutely awesome. I love catching your lunchtime live streams because I think I'm on my lunch break at about the time that you're out there as well, too. So if you're not connected with Robert Banks, make sure you get over there and connect with Robert Banks. Awesome dude, man. Very awesome dude. All right, so Belle's Reborn Nursery, definitely you have a playlist of completed dolls, and it is your business. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. So here's what I might be able to do for you as well, too. Once again, it's not something that I'm going to charge you for or anything like that. It's just I want to do something for you just as a nice thing. I might be able to drop some links to your business out on my social media, and I might even be able to put a link on one of my websites. So I got about 20 different websites that I have out there, and I might be able to to drop some type of a link or something along those lines, maybe put an image or something like that out there, to bring some traffic back to your business, or at least to your YouTube channel or something like that. So I'll figure out something. All right, give me a little bit of time on that because I got other things that I do have going on. But once again, that's something that I might be able to help you out with. I might even be able to reach out to my sister and have her do something like that as well too, because I know she's interested in something like that, and she might have some people that she's connected with to where she can, where she can go out there and kind of connect you with the right people. All right. Yeah, like a sponsor kind of thing. Yeah, so once again, but let me do an analysis real quick. Not tonight, like I said. Let me do an analysis. Let me have a look at what you have out there. If you do got links set up and you do got a website, don't drop the link to the website here, but if it's on your social media, I'll find it. I'm very technically savvy. I spent 24 years working in the networking industry, so I get it. So Robert Banks says, much love, brother. I'm always trying to find a way to accumulate some extra income. Absolutely, man. So I need to check out your stuff as well, too, and see what type of business you have. So if you do have a business, Robert Banks, what type of business you have? I know I've only caught your live streams, but I really haven't taken it any further than that. So what type of a business do you have? I mean, if there's an opportunity in which I can share some of that out on social media or a newsletter or something like that, man, I'll see what I can do for you. All right, so Belle's Reborn Nursery can find you easily on Facebook. All right, that's awesome. If, in fact, that it is on your channel, let me take a look at your channel here again. If it's on your channel, I'll have a look at it if you got the link set up in there on your channel. You don't. Okay. Yeah, no worries. But is it called Belle's Reborn Nursery out on Facebook and Instagram? If it is Belle's Reborn Nursery, I'll find it. I'll take a look at it. Belle's Reborn. Oh, how about that? Belle's Reborn Nursery. It brings up YouTube. YouTube. Oh, is your website reborns.com? Reborns.com. So I found a website, reborns.com. Simone, yeah, reborns.com. I think that's your website. So Robert Banks says, honestly, I've made YouTube a business, plus I personal train on the side. Okay, that's awesome, man. Yeah, so I know YouTube, there is an opportunity out there for business. I know I got into a conversation with a couple of channels the other night during their live stream. And, a lot of people tend to get bent around monetization. And I know that that's something that I am interested in, but I'm really more interested in Super Chat than I am monetization. And I'm really surprised that YouTube does not enable Super Chat for everybody. Because here's the thing. AdSense, which I have AdSense on every single one of my websites, so I know exactly how AdSense works and what you have to do in order to build revenue on AdSense. It's ridiculous. However, Super Chat is crowd-funded money. Has nothing to do with YouTube, has nothing to do with AdSense, has nothing to do with Google, but yet they don't want to enable it unless you have 1K, 4K. And it could be changing here soon, making it even harder. I strongly believe that every channel needs to have Super Chat enabled because it's almost as if it's crowd-funded support for what it is that you are doing. Why make me have 1K and 4K to have freaking Super Chat enabled? It's ridiculous. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that, but I probably have about $1.95 I could share on that whole topic. I want Super Chat enabled because that is crowdfunding. That is crowd-funded support right there for doing what you do. And it's not tied to a business. It's not tied to political efforts. It's not tied to like anything else other than crowd-funded support. I'll give you an example. The other day I was on a big channel the other day. Big channel. This dude has millions of followers. And in that particular live stream, I want to say this cat had about 35, maybe 40,000 people watching this live stream. He was playing bass guitar, just sitting there doodling around, smiling, looking like, you know, a dude on the freaking camera playing a bass guitar, right? I watched him play for about an hour because it was kind of entertaining. And I was listening. I'm a bass guitar player as well, too. So during the course of this hour, I literally sat there and watched this guy make about $1,000 freaking dollars in Super Chat because people were throwing him $100 here, $50 there, $25 there, $100 everywhere. And during the course of an hour, this guy made $1,000. I'm like, gosh, how many people has ever made $1,000 on AdSense in an hour? I haven't. But to watch a guy like that make $1,000 in an hour just because of Super Chat, that made that valuable. That's valuable. Super Chat is valuable. Interesting. So, you know, and somebody told me that the other day, because here's the thing. I don't know what I don't know. I really don't, because I'm not monetized, so I don't know what I don't know. But somebody did say something about that YouTube does take a percentage of the Super Chat. And that's fine. Okay, that's fine. If they take 30% of the Super Chat, somebody gives you $1, you still made 70 cents. Okay? They give you $2, you still made $1.40. Okay, but I see a lot of people that gives at least $2. And I see a lot of people that give those $5, $10, $20. I've seen $100 in Super Chat. Once again, that stuff adds up incrementally. So if you go live for a period of an hour and people are dropping $2 Super Chats and you're making $1.40, like maybe, I don't know, every 30 minutes to an hour. Once again, it adds up over time. So yeah, great. Let YouTube take their 30%. Let me share you a little bit of a thing here as well too. YouTube takes 30%, you get 70%. Guess what? I'm a published author. I have 5 books published out on Amazon. Guess what? Amazon takes 70% and I only get 30%. Figure that out. I have to sell a lot of books on Amazon to make money on Amazon. That's the reason why I took a lot of things off of Amazon and started selling the stuff on my own website. That's why I'm creating online courses and creating other streams of income independently, because some of these platforms, they take the money from you. Okay, PayPal only takes, I think, 3%. It's a small percentage that PayPal takes whenever I make a sale independently. I don't mind that. 3% is better than 70%. 3% is better than that 30% that YouTube takes. So you got to kind of think about the math and how that works. Okay? So $40 a month with Super Chat. Okay. That's interesting. But once again, it's a matter of how big you are, your message, your audience, whether it is encouraged or not. Now, I know that that's a gray area there, because you don't really want to encourage. Once again, it's a matter of perspective. You get people that encourage Super Chat because it's a way to support. Then you get those that are humble about it, and it's like, thank you, it's there. And trust me, I'll be humble about it. I don't mean to sound sarcastic or anything like that. It is a gray area there. When I do get monetized, I would be absolutely blessed and thankful for everything that people do provide in the form of support. I am truly blessed. And I have been blessed. I've been blessed on my website. I've been blessed websites. I've been blessed within my books. I've been blessed and I'm truly thankful. You know, I really wished I knew everybody that has ever read my books. I would like to give them a great big thank you and ask them what they thought about it. But unfortunately, I don't know everybody that has read my books. So, interesting thing. Yeah, I can see that. So you get called a beggar if you pout. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I absolutely get it. Yeah, I read that fast enough before you retracted it. But I get it, though. You definitely don't want to you definitely don't want to sound like you're begging or anything like that. And I know from an entrepreneur standpoint, so I'm also an entrepreneur, and that's one of the things that I do within some of my videos and some of my things like my webinars that I do. You know, I encourage certain things, and sometimes people just need that little prompt or that little encouragement to take action. And that's really how I look at that. Once again, it's a matter of how you reshape it. And that's what I really think. I think it's a matter of perspective on, one, how you shape it, how your audience is receptive to you, because you're always going to have those people that support you no matter what you do or what you say, and then you're going to have those people that are not going to support you no matter what you do or what you say. And, you know, well, whatever it is, what it is. If you support people, that's great. If you don't, well, move along. That's really kind of how I look at it. That's really kind of my take on the whole thing. But at the end of the day, yes, I've had people that has supported me, and I've had people that has completely crushed my soul. I get it. It's, you know, it's one of those things. I try not to dwell on the soul crushers, and I try to focus more on those that are trying to provide support. Because the soul crushers, here's the thing that you got to look about that. They're not for you, and you're not for them. So the quicker that you can move past that, move beyond that, the better off that you're going to be, that it's going to be for everyone, for you and for them. So kind of think about it that way. That's how I deal with haters. So I don't dwell on it. I don't think about it. You don't like it? Great. Move on. Remember, what you give energy to continues to have energy. What you put in motion continues to stay in motion. What you give life to continues to have life. Because you breathe life into that. You don't want something to thrive or survive? Don't give it energy. Don't give it life. Don't give it a reason to continue taking the negative action that it is doing. Whatever it may be. Okay? Yeah, it's a business. So I get it. There's people that are out there that are on YouTube and social media and this, that, and the other. Maybe they're doing it for fun. Maybe they're just trying to stay humble. I have no idea. For me, it's a business. I own and operate multiple online businesses, and I generate thousands of dollars every single month across those businesses. Okay? And that's, I strongly believe in multiple streams of income. You cannot rely on one stream of income. Like, for example, Super Chat. If I relied on Super Chat and I made $40, I wouldn't survive. I have to create multiple streams of income, all right, that allows me to be a six-figure earner, okay? So transparent, yes, I do make six figures in a year, okay? But I do that through multiple streams of income. All right. Hey, Robert Banks, take it easy, man. Yeah, I definitely don't want you to wreck or anything like that, man. Oh my goodness. I live in the Washington D.C. area, and man, I see wrecks out there every single day. It's freaking mind-numbing. But Robert, take care of yourself, man. Thanks for joining me here tonight. Take care of yourself. I look forward to seeing you in your next live stream as well too. And I'm greatly appreciative of you, brother. Really am, man. All right, so joining us here tonight also is McKay Outdoors. McKay Outdoors, thank you for joining us here tonight. If you have not connected with McKay Outdoors, make sure you connect with McKay Outdoors. So I'm going to go check out your channel right now. If we're not connected, I will make sure that I get connected. So McKay Outdoors has 1,286 subscribers. Make that 1,287 subscribers. I have just subscribed to your channel. So McKay Outdoors, thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you for joining my live stream. I am a motivational speaker, published author. I mean, there's a lot of labels that I can put on myself, but my purpose here tonight is to provide purpose, motivation, direction, inspiration. And what I'm doing is I'm just hanging out, I'm chatting, answering questions if you have any questions. And I'm talking from motivational posts and quotes that I have from my books. So once again, I'm a published author. I have 5 books that are written. I primarily focus on motivation, inspiration, life, leadership, things like that. And that's what we're doing. We're kind of having a conversation and a talk about those types of stuff. So McKay Outdoors, thank you for joining me here tonight. And if you do have any questions, please let me know. So McKay Outdoors, one thing here, you want to be careful about posting numbers. So I'm going to delete that comment right there, but I know where you're at. I see you, and I have followed you, and I'm sure that other people that are here will follow you as well too. So I need to remove that comment so that way I don't put my live stream at risk. I hope you understand, okay? All right, Robert Banks. Hey, brother, take care of yourself, man. I'll see you. I'll see you around. If I don't see you back here, I'll see you on your live stream whenever I can. Like I said, you know, my time is kind of limited sometimes, but when I do get the opportunity, I try to make sure that I stop by and give everybody time. All right. So McKay Outdoors. How long have I been doing YouTube myself? So this is just one of several channels that I have. But it hasn't been my primary focus. I literally just started focusing on this channel right here probably about 3 months ago, although I do have content on my channel from, I think, a year ago. I lost track. Like I said, I started the channel a couple of years ago, I think. I don't remember. Had some content on there. I made the mistake of deleting a lot of content. Now I'm kicking myself in the face for deleting a lot of content because that watch time and watch hours went right there down the drain with that. I know that now, and a little bit smarter now. But I just started focusing on YouTube channel about 2 or 3 months ago. So that's the reason why I don't have that many followers. But if you do look at my Instagram and my Facebook, I have a few more followers on there. But I really focused more on my website. And just now really kind of getting into this whole YouTube live stream thing. So Robert Banks, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you too, man. And yeah, we'll definitely connect up sometime because I want to try to do some interviews one of these days. You know, I want to be able to get on and do some interviews of some other channels. And you know, and if your content can reach my audience, I want to make sure that I can connect you with that. So once again, I just started focusing on YouTube, but I can take YouTube videos and share them across my social media, Facebook and Instagram, and that's where you can kind of reach a different audience there too. Like I talked to Belle's Reborn Nursery earlier, I've got websites that I could potentially put your content on as well too to reach a particular audience. So you have a business, products, and services, I might be able to help you out with that as well too. Once again, let me have a look around. We'll see what we can do for you. All right, so moving right along. Once again, what I'm doing is I'm reading from content from my books, just motivational posts, and further elaborating on that content. All right, so here's one that I had within one of my books, and it talks about processes. All right, so there's a lot of people, a lot of gurus there. I don't consider myself a guru. Okay, I am a subject matter expert in some things, but I don't consider myself a guru. All right, I am pretty smart in a lot of things. You know, I do have a formal education. I do have a degree in business. I have Lean Six Sigma, so I mean, I got other certifications and other things as well too, in which I draw that knowledge and that skills and that experience from. Plus, I have over 24 years of experience leading thousands of people to personal and professional success. So I really kind of draw all that and I put that within my books. And here's one that I think will resonate with you. So you hear a lot of those people that talk about the 12 steps to this, 10 steps to that, 4 rules to this, whatever the case may be. Well, I'm here to tell you this. You don't need 7 rules, 12 steps, 10 things, or even 3 of anything to achieve any amount of success. You know what you need? You really only need one thing. And you know what that one thing is? And that one thing is a strong enough reason in which to achieve that and take action on that one thing. That's it. That's all you need. One reason. You don't need 7 rules. You don't need 12 steps. You don't need 10 things. You don't need 3 of anything that you can frickin' put your mind to. You only need one reason on why you should do something and take action on that one thing. Okay? So Robert Banks says, yes, he would love to take part in an interview with you. Hey, that would be awesome, man. So give a shout out. I can give a shout out to your business. And once again, if there's an audience that I can help you reach, once again, I know my YouTube channel is not that big. Trying to make it bigger, and we'll see what happens with that. But once again, I don't mind helping people out. And that's what it takes. You know, it takes teamwork to make the dream work. You help people out, they help you out, and that's kind of how it works. And, you know, any person that ever says that they made it to the top by themselves is full of shit. They really are. Because there's a great quote by John Maxwell. Okay, I love reading John Maxwell books. I have a lot of John Maxwell books that I have read. So the bookshelves, you see, I actually have 4 bookshelves behind me, and those are not even all the books that I have. Those are just some of the ones that I have on display, and sometimes I rotate those books out depending on what it is that I want showing on my screen. Okay, and it's kind of interesting. So the one book that's behind me called Your One Word, I actually reached out and talked to the person, the author of that book, and actually interacted with him. And I might actually be in one of his videos here pretty soon as well too. And the other book there, Your Best Year Ever, I actually know who that author is as well too. So I interact and engage with him quite often as well too. And that's what you got to do. You really kind of got to interact and engage with those larger channels, those larger people, those what I like to call mentors. Okay, so if you go to my website, you'll see that I say that I'm your virtual mentor. And that's exactly what it is that I want to do. I want to be your virtual mentor. I want to provide purpose, motivation, direction, inspiration, knowledge, skills. There's a lot of labels I can put on this, but I want to be your virtual mentor, and I want to help you succeed. Because like I said, I've literally helped thousands of people over the course of 24 years obtain personal or professional success. And they both look different. Personal success looks different than professional success. All right, so yes, I've built lots of businesses. Like I said, within all my multiple streams of income, I am a 6-figure earner. So I do earn over 6 figures a year within my multiple streams of income that I have created. Okay, it is easy with the internet to go out there and create multiple streams of income. It truly is. All right, so once again, you only need one reason to succeed, and then take action. All right. All right, so moving right along. Here is a great quote right here, and this is something that a lot of people tend to not do. And, you know, once again, it goes back into what I was talking to about earlier about making excuses. You can't make excuses for things. All right. You must be willing to do today what others won't do so you can have tomorrow what others won't have. That is a great quote by the great Les Brown. And I was fortunate enough, if you are familiar with, so if you do know who Les Brown is, let me know in the chat that you know who Les Brown is. Les Brown is an absolutely amazing motivational speaker. He is actually known as the speaker. He is the motivational speaker of all time. Okay, now there's a few others. I like, you know, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Jim Rohn. I could go on down the line. But Les Brown, absolutely amazing dude. And he goes live too. He goes live on Facebook. All right, so if you know who Les Brown is, Les Brown actually goes live on Facebook. So his quote was, "You must be willing to do today what others won't do so you can have tomorrow what others won't have." That's a great quote. Okay. Now, I was actually fortunate to watch Les Brown. I've seen Les Brown live. I actually got to meet Les Brown. And to watch him live, oh man, it's like a whole other level of awesome when you get to actually see somebody live. And I have watched a lot of motivational speakers live. I've actually been on stage with a multi-millionaire and got to speak at one of his events. Okay? And that's, oh my goodness, man, that right there, that was a pinnacle for me. Having the opportunity to go up on stage and speak in front of one of my mentors' audience, for me, that was awesome. That was truly humbling to be able to do that right there. All right, but believe it or not, there's a lot of people that are not willing to do those things today. Even if it's something small, even if it's just a little bit of action, there's people that will procrastinate, make excuses, give reasons on why they can't do something, when it goes back to what we was talking about earlier. You are your own worst enemy. You are the biggest obstacle that you must overcome. Now, I just said that. Let me rephrase that. Your mind is the biggest obstacle that you must overcome. Not really yourself, your mind. Everything begins in your mind. Okay? If you can think it, It can be done. And there's a lot of people that are out there that have thought of some amazing things and took action on that thought in order to accomplish those things. You know, you hear a lot of people that talk about, well, I don't have time. Bullshit. You got the same 24 hours as the next person does in order to achieve success. Okay? Then you got those people that say, well, I don't have the money. That could be true. But you know what? What it really comes down to is this. And it's a great quote by Tony Robbins. If you like Tony Robbins, you're going to love this quote right here. All right? If you want to achieve success, it's not a matter of having a lack of resources. It's a lack of resourcefulness on why you cannot achieve success. So Bell's Reborn Nursery says, big rewards take big time. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Big rewards take big time. A lot of people are out there looking for the quick win. I want quick success. I want quick numbers. I want quick money, easy money. You know, there's no such thing as easy. There's no such thing as easy out there. If there was an easy button, I'd be smashing that sucker every second. There is no such thing as easy. If there is anything worth achieving out there in this world, you must, once again, be willing to do today what others won't do so you can have tomorrow what others won't have. You have to put forth that effort, that energy, that time, and sometimes that money. Yes, I have paid for advertising on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, in order to reach people with a particular message. Whether it's a post I want to really get out there, like for example, How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019, that book that you see to the right of me or the left of me, however that works. I think it's to the right of me. All right, I have paid to have that book be visible on Facebook. Okay? Sometimes you have to do that. All right, so joining us here tonight also is Jackknife Finnegan. Jackknife Finnegan, thank you for joining us here tonight. So if you're not connected to Jackknife Finnegan, make sure you get out there and get connected with Jackknife Finnegan. So I'm going to check out your channel right now. I'm not sure if we're connected or not, but if we are not connected, I'm heading over to your channel right now and have a look real quick. So Jackknife Finnegan, you do podcasts, live streams, vlogs, and a whole lot more. All right. So it looks like you're a gamer, man. Play some games. That's awesome. My kids love games, man. They get on there. My son plays the crap out of Fortnite. That's all he talks about is Fortnite, 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 man. Between Fortnite and Roblox, so I got two kids. My son likes Fortnite and my daughter likes Roblox. So between Fortnite and Roblox, man, that's a lot of that goes on around my house, man. So Jackknife Finnegan, make sure that you go out there and connect with Jackknife Finnegan. 7.9K followers, man. That's awesome. See, that's some goals that I want to have right there. When I grow up, I want to be just like that. I want to have 7.9K. Actually, I want to have a lot more followers than that. But like I was explaining earlier, I just started focusing on my YouTube channel. So, man, I'm trying to build it up, but it's been a little bit of a challenge here. So I'm trying to get a lot of my content out here on YouTube. And since I just started focusing on it, I got a lot to go here. But once again, I know that you are new to my channel. So I am a motivational speaker. I am a published author. I am an entrepreneur. I talk a lot about life and leadership and business, how to make money online, how to stay motivated, how to win at life, how to succeed. Those are the types of things I talk about. Leadership, mentorship, things like that. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm really trying to reach a much bigger audience, and YouTube is just one of those platforms that I really neglected. Okay, for years I really neglected YouTube, and I was like, you know what, man, this just isn't a viable platform for me. And so I just started focusing on that a little bit here recently, and we will see a lot more content to come because I really focused more on my website. which you see right there below me. My website is terrythompson.me. That's where I have my books, some blog posts, and so on and so forth. So if you do check out the website, you'll see that I got 2 books there. How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019 and Leadership Solved. Leadership Solved is an audiobook. I'm giving those books away for free. All I ask for is a valid email address. I promise not to spam. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to spam you or nothing like that. All I do is I provide more purpose, more motivation, more direction. Usually I'm providing links to either where my videos are posting, or I'm giving away free content or more books or what have you. So I look forward to interacting and engaging with you. I'll make sure that I take a look at your channel a little bit. Looks like you got some really great content here, man. And Fortnite, man, I'm going to get my son on there. My son loves watching Fortnite videos. I'm telling you, my son will get there, and for freaking 3 and 4 hours a night, he will sit there and watch these Fortnite videos of these dudes playing Fortnite. And I'm like, what are you watching, man? And so I actually took an opportunity to sit down and watch videos with him. Some of that stuff's pretty entertaining. And watching a lot of those videos, like the Fortnite videos, he's actually learned how to do things as well, too. So I can see the value in it, you know, especially if you're trying to figure something out. You watch a dude on YouTube do something you're trying to do, and then you figure it out and go back to your Fortnite, and then you go kick that thing in the face. That's how you do it, man. It's how you learn. It's called mentorship. You know, in and of itself, creating videos of playing video games is mentorship in a sense. It's I'm providing an example for you to follow. Follow my footsteps. Follow my path. I have laid a path for you to follow if you want to be successful. Play the game the way that I played it. Find those, what are those damn things called? Find those hidden things. What are those things? Not cupcakes. Freaking, what are those damn, when something's hidden? Easter eggs. Find those Easter eggs. You know, find this, do that. Here's a code. Here's that. There's value in that. That's mentorship. That's leadership. Okay, and you get a lot of these other people that get out there and they follow that, and next thing you know, they go back to their game, they do what they just saw, and they kick that game in the teeth. No, not at all, man. No, not at all. Yeah, don't worry about that. Cussing around the house, I cuss around the house as well too. We really don't cuss around the house, but you know, my son, yeah, it's interesting. Oh, he's seen some videos, man. There's some dudes out there that I'm like, what is this guy doing, man? They're just going fucking nuts on their channel, man. It's funny sometimes. Some of that shit's pretty funny. It really is. Hey, I got a couple of babies, man. We had kids late. Yeah, we was close to our 40s when we had our first kid, and 40 when we had our second kid. So. Yeah, a little bit up there. No, it don't look like it, but yeah, I'm a little bit older than I look. Took care of myself, man. That's what happens when you take care of yourself. But yeah, no worries. Jackknife Finnegan, thank you for joining me here, man. I know you don't do raging, but chill sometimes and play with adults, and we have conversations. And that's what it's all about, man. Relaxing, chilling, having a good time, capturing those moments. And, you know, if you can go back later and do voiceovers, you know, for other stuff, because some of that stuff's pretty funny, too, doing voiceovers. I've seen some really hilarious voiceovers, man. Some of that stuff gets to be really funny. They really do. Bells Reborn, you feel old now. Oh, come on. You can't be a day over 21, I bet. Can't be a day over 21. See, I just turned 18 the other day in my mind. No, I'm 47. I'll be 48 next month. All right, so here's something that really kind of bothered me one time, and I wrote a quote about this, and it's what I like to call the 2 worst words in the English language, or in the dictionary, depending on how I shape that conversation. So, how often have you ever heard the word just and only? Okay, just and only. In my opinion, or from my perspective, just and only are the two worst words in the dictionary that anybody could ever use in any conversation, because they have a demeaning context. Oh, it's just this. No, it's not, because the moment that you say something is just that, you really lower the value of what it is. Okay? Because I guarantee you that some things are not just that. Oh, it's just that. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe so. But I guarantee it's much bigger. And then only. Okay? And sometimes I see people use just and only in the same sentence. And that really bothers me. Oh, it's just only that. Okay. So once again, the two worst words in the dictionary are just and only. All right. So you're about ready to be a grandma in a few months, huh? Congratulations. Do you already know what it's going to be? Is it going to be a boy or a girl? That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Is my sister? Yeah, my sister's a grandma. Yeah, we had kids late, man. I got two babies, man. I got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I've been married for almost 23 years. My wife and I, we took care of ourselves first before we did anything else. Okay? We made sure that we was stable in everything that we do before we had kids. So joining us here tonight is Use Common Sense TV channel. That if you guys are not connected, make sure you get over there and scoop Use Common Sense TV channel up. Absolutely amazing woman. She goes live. I am a Patreon supporter of her. I support her channel 100%. And if you're not connected to her, make sure you get on over there. Scoop her up. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Check her out when she goes live. She also provides a lot of motivation, a lot of business tips, a lot of inspirational type content. So get yourself on over there. Use Common Sense TV channel. Make sure you get on over there and subscribe to her if you are not subscribed. All right, so Use Common Sense. How you doing tonight, by the way? How's everything going your way? I know I haven't seen you live here in a while. I've had class for the last couple of weeks, so I've really been limited in my time. And during breaks and during lunch and this, that, and the other, I've been trying to catch your live streams. And it's been really challenging over the last 2 weeks. But I'm done with all of my classes now. And next week I'll have a little bit more time. But yeah, I had class for the last 2 weeks. That's the reason why I haven't been able to engage and participate the way that I've wanted to. But hopefully everything's going well your way. How's everything going today? Happy Friday, by the way. All right. All right, so moving right along. Here's a quote right here from one of my books, and it goes like this. Many things will happen along your journey in life, but a bad day is not a bad life. It's just a bad day. Now, I just contradicted myself by using the word just. Okay? But in that context, it makes sense. All right? That's probably one of the few times that using the word just makes sense. Okay? Remember, things are going to happen to you. Just when you think that something can go wrong, it will. There are things that are going to happen. There are things that are going to go wrong in your life. Okay? You got to remember something. It's a journey. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey. But when something happens, it doesn't make for a bad life. It's just a bad day or a bad event, however you want to look at it. Okay? Like what I said earlier, the idea is if something happens, and it will, you need to take a step back, conduct an after-action review like I stated earlier, ask yourself those key questions. What was supposed to happen? What did happen? What went right? What went wrong? What needs improvement? And what appropriate action do I need to take next time so that it doesn't happen again? Okay? So you see how you can kind of tie that in? Those are steps that you can take when things happen. And remember, they will happen. All right. So Use Common Sense TV channel says also check the new live control room about live streaming. Great news. Maybe you can use it in your live too. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, I've seen some additional settings on here that I don't think that I've seen before. It looks interesting. Like enable DVR, 360 video, added delay, closed captions. There was some, these look like some new settings here. Normal, low, and ultra low latency. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen those before, but I've seen those. I see them now. Yeah, that's really interesting. Use Common Sense TV channel. I got a new camera. What do you think? It's a brand new camera. I went out and bought an HD camera today. And I'm live streaming with my new camera here. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better. A lot better lighting, too. And if you hadn't noticed, I got more bookshelves up. I went out and bought 2 more bookshelves. So, although in the video you can only see 3, I actually have 4 behind me. I like it because, you know, it gives me an opportunity to spread the books out a little bit more. Yeah, so how's everything going your way? You got anything planned this weekend? Use Common Sense TV channel. What you got planned this weekend? Belle's Reborn Nurseries. Hey, so do you go live? Do you actually do live streaming or no? Yeah, like I said, I'm not extremely familiar with your channel, so I don't know what I don't know. Yeah, live stream is the way to go, I'm telling you right now, because I made a lot of smaller videos, and they get watch time, but once again, you get more watch time, one, with longer videos, and you get more watch time during live streams. That's what I've noticed. So I actually get more watch time during my live streams than I do on my uploaded videos. Something that I noticed. Something I noticed with MIStream. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat here as well too. So there's new, actually there's new in NYT. Yeah, I have to take a look at that. I'm not quite sure what you're getting at here. Unless you want to be a little bit more specific. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to get at with that. But I'll have to take a look at some of the settings here. Because I have it open. Unless there's something else that I just am not looking at. So I do have my stream dashboard open. So I got about 5 screens open, and that dashboard is one of them. Yeah. Check Beta Studio built-in YouTube. Beta Studio. Okay, so I'll take a look at that Beta Studio. All right, so I'll take a look at Beta Studio and see what's going on with that and see exactly what's happening with that. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. So Belle's Reborn Nursery, I've been working into doing more. Yeah, that's awesome. I look forward to it. I really do. Like I said, live stream I think is the way to go. I think that there needs to be a better balance between live stream and posting more produced videos. Now, don't get me wrong. I got produced videos. I got I think one actual produced type video on my channel. It's the one you see when you first come to my channel. The how to be successful. I think it is the very first one. So that was my more produced video right there. I actually recorded that with a great camera and a green screen and this, that, and the other. So that's really the only produced video I got. Everything else is a little bit more scripted, and then I started doing a lot more live stream. But like I said, I started noticing more watch time and more subscribers participating in live streams and doing live streams. So something to think about, something to consider. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Use Common Sense TV channel. That is a great suggestion. I do have some things coming here. I'm getting ready for the holidays. Don't worry. It's coming. I got some things coming. I got about 3 or 4 things that I'm working on. So t-shirts, yeah, I hear you. I got some things I can do with t-shirts. Not a high priority because I've got other things that make more money for me than t-shirts. But I get it. And I got something else coming that's going to make a lot more money than a t-shirt will. Because I can control the pricing on what I got coming. Versus a t-shirt, because there's t-shirts out there that the site will take more money than they give. And you got to move more product in order to make more money. So I do have a product that's coming out here pretty soon. Thinking about only charging $7 for it. And out of that $7, I will get probably $6, at least $6 of that. Yeah, t-shirt, mugs, caps, everything. I get it. I got some quotes and some things that I can put on there. Maybe some hashtags. So I do get the concept. I got it. Yeah, merchandise is one of those things that's an opportunity, but I think it has to be enabled. Once again, I haven't looked too much into it, but I think it's one of those things that it has to be enabled. And you have to, I think you have to meet the 1K, 4K, something along those lines. Once again, I got to look into the... I got to look into, gosh, I don't even know what it is. The rules and regulations on YouTube on some of that stuff, but I haven't looked into it. I've just been focusing more on my content than I've been focusing on monetizing and this, that, and the other. So, but I do want to eventually get my channel monetized. But I got bigger things to worry about than that right now. So, Use Common Sense TV channel says once you monetize, you can display underneath. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, so that's the merchandise. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, because I think once that happens, if I'm not mistaken, I think the community tab opens up, or maybe that opens up with 1,000 subscribers. Once again, I got to read the policies and procedures and this, that, and the other to kind of see what happens with that. Amazon affiliate links is one of those things that I have as well too. I got shut down on a couple of my links because Amazon apparently doesn't like you using their logo. And I got one of my major, it pissed me off too, one of my major Amazon freaking affiliate links got shut down because of how I was marketing the products. Amazon went against their thing, in which I didn't understand it. Why you can't be so apparently you can be an affiliate, but you can't use their logo to market their shit. And they ding you for it, and then and the thing about Amazon is they don't tell you. They just take your shit. It's like, yep, you're no longer an affiliate. Bye. And then they don't pay you after that. They don't pay you after that. So all the money that I had accrued during that time, I didn't get paid that. They took my affiliate away and took the money that I had accrued. I was pissed. Absolutely pissed about that. I'll share another story with you. A Google AdSense story. So one of my mentors, Onyx Singal, who's a multi-millionaire, has lots of followers. He has millions of followers, right? He's a multi-millionaire. He created a website, put Google AdSense out there, generated enough traffic to get $600,000. Google came in, closed his freaking account down, didn't pay him the $600,000 and said that he cheated. When he shared that with me, I was like, whoa, really, dude? I mean, first and foremost, it was hard to believe $600,000, but I guess I get it. You know, when you're a multimillionaire, you got millions of followers, I would suppose you can generate that amount of traffic. Now, here's the thing about Google AdSense, and this is the thing that I don't understand about Google AdSense and YouTube. If YouTube wants you to stay on their platform, why would they advertise to begin with anyway? When you click on a freaking ad, you get taken off of YouTube. So those people that are getting monetized, most likely making money off of views because they're getting lots of views. not necessarily clicks. So here's the thing. I got Google AdSense on all of my websites. Every single one of my websites I've got Google AdSense on. And I make money in two different ways. You got cost per view, and you got cost per click. Cost per view, once again, it's a matter of how much the damn thing is worth, the keyword is worth, and how much they're willing to pay in this, that, and the other. And it's not a lot. Okay, a view, you probably get a penny per view. And you got to generate a lot of views in order to make freaking a penny. It's ridiculous. Now, a click, I've seen keywords that on a click are worth a penny. And then I have seen keywords that when you click on them are worth $4.95. So I've received $4.95 on a single click on a Google AdSense ad that was on one of my websites. That's just an example. Okay, so that's why I was having that conversation earlier about AdSense being monetized and having AdSense enabled versus Super Chat. For me, Super Chat is significantly much more valuable, even though, yes, YouTube does take a percentage of it. Okay, got it, great, but it's crowd-funded money versus business-funded money. And that's the reason why YouTube is having so much conflict these days, because companies and businesses are paying for their ads to be seen on YouTube, and whenever channels are violating YouTube's policies, it's making those companies and businesses look bad when those advertisements are being played on those channels that are supporting different things. That's why there's a big issue. That's why it's becoming a bigger issue, because it's all about corporate money, corporate funding, and they don't want their funding being on a platform and on channels that are not in line with certain policies and procedures. That's the reason why it's changing. That's the reason why a lot of channels are struggling with that right now, because they are failing to understand and realize AdSense and money is not about you. It's not about you. It's about the business that's paying to have their stuff put on YouTube, which is the platform, which is put on your channel, which is, I guess, the support. That's one way of looking at it. But you need to understand something. Being monetized is not about you. It's not about you. And that's, a lot of people get confused on that. It's about the business, the company that's funneling the money through Google and YouTube. And the whole idea behind those advertisements is what? Not to get you paid, to get the company paid, to acquire customers, to attract and encourage clients to click on that, to go over. So you're, in theory, you're an affiliate of that company, that random company that just so happens to have an advertisement playing on your video. That's why it's a problem, because it's random. It's not intentional. However, it can be intentional. Guess what? If I was monetized, not even monetized, I can actually go out on Google or YouTube right now, pay for ads, and have that ad play on whatever channel I wanted it to. Let's say, for example, that I picked your channel and I paid for an ad to play on your channel. My ad will play on your channel. You can do that when you pay for ads on YouTube. Okay? So a lot of these companies, a lot of these businesses, guess what they're doing? They're paying for advertisements to be played on specific channels that has a larger audience, larger views, and when those views are violating the values of that company, it becomes a problem. And they bitch and complain to YouTube and have YouTube control that. Hey, I'm paying for my stuff to be on this thing. That's the reason why certain videos get demonetized as well, too. All right, so let me catch up to the chat here. God, that was kind of a rant, wasn't it? Because I'm not monetized yet, man, and I'm trying to get to that point. However, I got different reasons on why I'm trying to get monetized. All right. So joining us here tonight also is Mike M. Mike M., thank you for joining me here tonight. Mike M., if you are not connected with Mike M., make sure you go out there, you scoop Mike M up, connect with Mike M., do it the right way. And, nope, I got to go over here. I got to click on that. So, Mike M., I'm going to go check out your channel right now while we're in the live stream. We'll see if I'm connected to you or not. So Mike M. If you're not connected to Mike M, go out and connect to Mike M. So Mike M, we are not connected. So I see you have 65 subscribers. Make that 66. I just subscribed to your channel. Mike M. If you are not connected to Mike M, make sure you get out there, get connected to Mike M, and make a new friend. All right, so let me catch up to the chat here just a little bit. I got a little bit behind when I went off on my rant about freaking monetization. You know, the thing is that I've monetized other things. That's the reason why I'm not extremely worried about it right now, because I do have my websites monetized, my business is monetized, my products and services are monetized. So I'm not worried about that. Like I said earlier, although I do want YouTube, I want to get monetized on YouTube. I have different reasons for it because, you know, within all my businesses, I am a six-figure earner. So I do make over six figures within a lot of my product services and other websites and businesses and this, that, and the other. But it's through multiple streams of income. So keep that in mind. You want to build a business, you got to build multiple streams of income. Those multiple streams of income can be from anything. They can be from affiliate links, e-commerce, products and services, whether it be digital or physical. Putting Google AdSense on websites and this, that, and the other. Once again, all those bring in money. All that brings in money. You know, you got your day job, your night job, you got retirement if that's what you got. You know, once again, all that stuff, you know, whether medical retirement, physical retirement, whatever the case, all that is basically streams of income if you look at it in that sense or in that way. Okay? So, yes, six figures is over 100,000. Yes. All right, so I want to kind of catch up in here in the chat. I got a little bit behind in the chat. So Belle's Reborn Nursery. Hold on, let me go up a little bit further. I'm sorry. All right, so Use Common Sense TV channel says super chat. The host gets percent and YouTube's gets a percent. I think it's like 30%. So I think you put 50% on there. I think it's 30. I'm not sure how that works. Once again, I've talked to a couple of people about that. Belle's Reborn Nursery super chat is better, but you got to get a lot of views. Yeah. I agree with that. Well, not really a lot of views on Super Chat, just a lot of support. Because remember, Super Chat is crowd-funded support. Okay? Think of it this way. If you're in a live stream and there's a lot of people that are chatting, that chat screen is going about 1,000 freaking miles an hour. If you want to get a message to be seen on there, you'll pay for a Super Chat to get that thing seen. That's kind of my take on it. Now, there's other reasons. You know, you want to pay for visibility. You can do a super chat, and that gets you visibility in that live stream. I've done that as well, too. I've gone to larger channels, tossed up a super chat for $5 or $10, and got visibility on a channel that had 30,000 people watching the live stream. Okay? Once again, it's a matter of how you look at it. It's almost like paying for an advertisement, so to speak. You know, it's kind of like going to an Instagram influencer page and paying that influencer to have your post shown or seen on their Instagram. Same thing with YouTube. You participate in a live stream, you toss up a super chat, your link gets shared within the stream, and that's like paying that influencer to gain visibility on their channel with their users. Their moderators will share out your link, and that's kind of how that works. All right, so moving right along, monetized at 1,000. Okay, I understand that. 1K, 4K, I got that. Use Common Sense TV channel. You can have channel, but you have to use different phone number, but one AdSense link. Okay, I get that. Yeah, I got a couple of different phone numbers that I've used because, like I said, I have multiple channels. So I have had to do it that way just because each channel that I have serves a different purpose. So I've needed to use a couple of different numbers in order to create that. And no, you can actually create multiple channels using the same phone number. I think it's only 2 in 1 year, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think you can only use the same number twice in one 12-month period, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, though. Super chat. Nope, never mind. I already caught up to that one. They get 30%. They get 70% from AdSense. Yeah, AdSense is crazy. Yeah, you really got to do a lot of stuff on AdSense. The idea is to get a click, not views, using AdSense. So monetization is about views and watch hours and metrics. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's definitely about views and watch time, and that watch time is a struggle. That watch time really is a struggle. So Bell's Reborn Nursery says exactly, views and watch time is the key. Higher watch time, the higher the CPM. Yeah. Mike M says I sound smart. I got my radio voice. Actually, it depends. I got a bunch of different voices here. So I got my relaxed, calm voice. I got my radio voice because I worked as a radio DJ years ago. No, I'm a motivational speaker, so I got a strong voice if I really want to put it out there, man. If I really want to get it out there, I am a motivational speaker. I have spoken on stage in front of thousands of people, and so that's kind of why I guess I got a strong voice, man. Trying to catch up to the chat here. Adventure Roads, thank you for joining us here tonight. Adventure Roads. All right, so if you haven't connected to Adventure Roads, make sure you scoop up Adventure Roads. Adventure Roads. I'm not sure if we're connected or not. Let me go check out your channel real quick. We may or may not be connected. So, Adventure Road. Yes, we are connected. I have subscribed to your channel. All right, so Adventure Roads, welcome to my live stream tonight. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for taking time out of your day and joining me here tonight. So, I'm seeing that we got 5 people watching. I got 10 thumbs up. Got some good chat going on. So, once again, crosstalk, communicate. If you got any questions, you want to hear me talk about something tonight, please let me know. If you got a specific question about life, leadership, motivation, inspiration, business, anything like that, I'm here for you. I want to serve you, and I want to be able to provide some content for you, some motivation, some inspiration, some value to you, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give back to you from the knowledge and the experience and the skills that I have in order to serve as your mentor, your coach, trainer, mentor, leadership expert, whatever label you want to put on it. I just want to give back to you, and this is my way to give back to you. Okay? So, Adventure Roads, what area am I from? I live near Washington, D.C., so I'm in the Washington, D.C. area, man. I'm on the East Coast, and currently not getting hit by the hurricane, but we did have a little bit of rain today. We did get hit by some rain today, and we're supposed to get hit with some rain tomorrow, but I don't think we're going to get hit with too much of the tail end of that, of the hurricane. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I did, didn't I? So use common sense. I look different with my uniform. I did, didn't I? Yeah, so I am retired. I served for 24 years and retired after 24 years of service. That's what you're referencing there about uniform. So Mike M says, come on, buddy, I'm losing. What are you losing faith in? I'm not sure what you're referencing there. Losing faith. I took a short pause for the cause, man. I gotta catch up with the chat here, but I do got more motivational content that I can talk from here. So Use Common Sense TV channel says I'm so humble. I try to be sometimes, man. I really do. I am definitely thankful. I think thankful is a better way to frame that. I'm more thankful than humble. But you know, it comes with confidence. You know, and that's kind of one of the subjects that I wrote within one of my books. So in one of my books, Leadership Secrets Every Leader Should Know, I wrote about competence versus confidence. And in order to have confidence, you have to have competence, because one leads to the other. Okay? And with competence comes great confidence. And the thing is, here's the thing about that. Now, I've even seen that used in different ways, where I've seen people that basically have zero competence, but they've confidently been wrong. I've seen that as well too. Look, I can tell you all day long, 1 + 1 is 3. And I can prove it to you. 1 + 1 is 3. And I've actually used that as an example one time. I was in a leadership conference one time, and I was talking to a bunch of senior leaders, and we got into this whole big conversation of how you can make people believe certain things, depending on how you look at it, because a lot of things are subjective and a matter of perspective anyway. And I was like, well, look, I can prove to you right now that 1 + 1 is 3, and if you don't question what it is that I talk about and you didn't know any better, you'd believe it to begin with anyway. Well, I had all those guys kind of scratching their head thinking that 1 + 1 is 3. That wasn't the point. The point is that if you confidently say something, whether you're competent or not, somebody that is less competent will probably believe you. Okay? And that was kind of my point whenever I was within that thing, because I've seen a lot of people, okay, that have confidently been wrong. Okay? And unless someone challenges that, okay, with truth, fact, rules, regulations, whatever label you want to put on it, okay, that person could absolutely say some stuff that's wrong and get away with that. So that's just kind of an example of how, competence and confidence kind of works together. All right, so let me kind of catch back up. Yes, I was in the military. So how do you do your six-figure sum? All right, so 6 figures, that comes from multiple streams of income, and it depends on, once again, how you look at it, how you shape it. All right, so once again, keep in mind that I am married. My wife works. That's a stream of income. I work. That's a stream of income. I have a retirement check after 24 years of service. That's a stream of income. I'm working on a VA claim because I have injuries from my service. That can be a stream of income. Plus, I own and operate multiple online businesses, and each one of those businesses serves as a stream of income. Now, each one of my businesses has a different purpose. Okay, I have digital products and services. That serves as a stream of income. I am an affiliate for multiple different sites, businesses. That serves as a stream of income. I have e-commerce. I've got digital products and services. Once again, all of that adds as a stream of income. So when you multiply each one of those streams of income, that's where the 6 figures comes into play. And I'm working on 7. Okay, I'm trying to get to 7. Not there yet, but it's coming. All right, so Mike M says you are confident that, maybe not so confident that you will earn 7 figures in euros. Yeah, so that's the thing about the euro though, man. So it takes, and I've spent 13 years over in Europe, so I definitely understand how the euro can completely screw your mindset up, because when you think of dollars versus euros, it's a different amount of money, okay? You're over here, I'm over here thinking, because I was in, the last time I was in Europe was a long time ago. It was 2005. So it's been a time. I don't know how the euro connects up now, but I know back then I think it was 79 euro cents to the dollar. But I was also in Europe back when we had the marks also, in the Deutschmarks, and it was like 5-to-1. It was crazy. But the last time I was in Europe, it was like 79 euro cents to the dollar. And you're sitting here thinking like, oh man, I've only spent, $1, but no, you spent $1.30, or you spent $1.50, and, read up, that increment you're going to end up spending a lot more money than than you think. All right. So, yeah, I wish you all the best, man. I hope that you do make it to 7. So you do earn 7 figures. Is that what you're saying? So I read it wrong? Are you saying that you do earn 7 figures? That's awesome, man. Congratulations if you do. I'm trying to get there. Not there yet. I'm at 6, but working on 7. I'll get there, man. There's definitely opportunity out there, that's for sure. But I do got some products and services that are coming. I think that's going to next level that. So we'll see what happens. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. All right. Did I click on your channel? I don't remember if I did or not, man. Yeah, I subscribed to your channel. Yep. Mike M. Yeah, I'll have to check out some of your videos here later on and see. So do you post motivational content, inspirational content on your channel as well too, while we're kind of waiting here? So we got a question up here from Use Common Sense TV channel. She asked me about books and how do I publish my books. So there's a few different ways in which you can publish your books. Amazon offers a program called Kindle Direct Publishing that you can do ebooks and you can do paperback books on Kindle Direct Publishing. And that's how you can that's how I recommend that you independently publish your books. So without actually going through a publisher, an actual publisher, one way that you can publish your books is independently directly on Amazon by using their Kindle Direct Publishing program, KDP. Okay? And that's how you can get your book out there. So you can publish an ebook and a paperback book using Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP. Now, I'm also published out on iBooks. I'm also published out on iTunes. My audiobook is available on iTunes and on Audible. Okay, and the audiobook that you see there, Leadership Solved, is available out on iTunes. I'm trying to get it on Spotify next. So Spotify is coming. I'm coming for Spotify. My audiobook's going to be on Spotify next. But I did take your advice. I did set up an Anchor account. I'm going to do... I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to start a podcast here. I got some things that I could get out there that's more formalized in the form of a podcast. I'm going to use Anchor because I know Anchor does get everything out there. And we will see what exactly I can do with Anchor. So I know Anchor is one of those things that I can definitely get some content out there. We'll see what happens. But that's one way. Now, Smashwords is another site. So Smashwords, that's how I got out on iTunes with one of my books, is going through Smashwords. I don't like Smashwords because Smashwords, you have to meet a specific criteria to get published on the platform in which they will multi-publish your book onto other platforms. Okay? And I don't like meeting their requirements because their requirements is that you cannot have hyperlinks in the ebook. And I have hyperlinks in my ebook, and I'm going to continue to put hyperlinks in my freaking ebook because I want fucking hyperlinks in my ebook. So I did publish one book that had no hyperlinks because I wanted to get a book out there on iTunes and iBooks and this, that, and the other. So I did that just to meet their criteria. So here's what I ultimately did. I ultimately got to a point to where I started putting my ebooks out on my website, and I started giving a lot of them away for free because I'm shifting my focus. Yes, I have published books that are out there. I got books that's on Amazon, iTunes, iBooks, Audible, this, that, and the other, but that's not my focus. I got another focus. I'm shifting my focus and my priorities here because now I'm creating online courses, and I'm going to create more audiobooks, but I'm creating online courses. And I got my planning method that's coming up here pretty soon as well, too. So I'm trying to finish that up this weekend. I have, once again, the product is done. The digital product is done. I got to get the physical product completed, record the videos. I got the webinar script ready to go. That's coming next. So that's something that I'm focusing on here really soon is my planning method because once again, there's an opportunity. The new year's coming up, and everybody's going to start focusing on the new year. Everybody's going to want to buy planners, calendars, and all this and all that. So I'm about to start focusing on my planner that's coming out here. Not my planner, my planning method. So there's a couple of different ways to look at that. I created a planning method. And of course, a planner is going to accompany that planning method, but I want to focus more on the method versus the planner. So that's coming here really soon. I'm about ready to launch that here probably within the next 30 days. We'll see what how that goes. So did I kind of slightly answer your question? Use Common Sense TV channel. Hopefully I slightly answered your question there. But like I said, if you want to get a book published out there, my first recommendation, if you want it out on Amazon, this, that, and the other, is to use their KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing KDP program. However, here's what I also strongly believe as well, too. You can monetize your website. Build a website, put your books out there like I have on my website, terrythompson.me, and then link it to PayPal or Stripe or something like that, and then give people digital access to your ebooks from your website. Here's the thing. If you didn't catch what I said earlier, Amazon takes away 70% of the freaking profits from my books. I only get 35%. They take 65, I get 35, depending on the pricing model of my books. And then, of course, the higher your book goes, a little bit more that you make. However, when I give away my books on my website or sell my books on my website, I get more money by selling my books directly and giving you immediate digital access that way. Patreon is another way. Patreon, I'll make more money on Patreon giving away all of my books for free as a part of the Patreon membership, okay, than I will on Amazon. That's the reason why I'm rethinking how I'm delivering and distributing my content. So you see how that works? I'm rethinking and reshaping how I am delivering my content so that way I can monetize it more, because a lot of these other platforms, they're all about provide, but they're also all about take, take, take. Okay? Keep that in mind. Amazon is a big taker. Yes, my books are on Amazon. However, Amazon takes 65% of the freaking money from me and I only get 35%. That's a huge mismatch in funding there. And all they have to do is host the ebook. Well, fuck. I can host my ebook on my website, sell it for a different price, and make more money that way. That's the reason why I said you got to reshape it on how you do that. And like I said, we have to get on a live chat one day to where I talk to you and I can share my screen with you, and I can walk you through the process on how to do that. I would love to do that. Get on a Zoom conference call one day where I share my screen with you and I can show you exactly how I put my books on my website and how you can monetize that through PayPal or through Stripe. We need to do that one day, because I know you got a book or two that you want to get out there. I know you do. All right, so moving right along within the chat. I know I'm not Amazon. And I'll never be Amazon. And I'm truly thankful that my books are out on their website. However, if tomorrow Amazon was to disappear, my books would go right there with Amazon. If tomorrow YouTube disappeared, my videos would go right there with YouTube. If tomorrow Facebook goes away, all of my stuff on Facebook goes away. That is the reason why you need to make sure that your number one priority is your website. Social media is arms and legs. That's it. And those arms and legs can be cut off. Just like that. Tomorrow YouTube could take my channel down. Tomorrow Facebook could get rid of my page. Tomorrow Instagram could cut off my page. And there goes an arm. There goes a leg. However, my website, I own that. That's my website. I designed that. I built that. I put things on there. I can monetize that the way that I want to. That's the reason why you should focus on your website first, your list, your email list second, everything else tertiary. Social media, talking about. So if you really want to build money, you really want to build a business, okay, website, email list, social media. How did I start out? Well, I started out with my website, first website I built, fuck, what year are we in? 2019. I built my first website 1997. 1997 is when I built my first website. Okay, so I've been in business since 1997. It started out as a blog, and what I did is that I took that blog content once Amazon came out and did the whole ebook thing. I took that content and put that in. I basically built that into my first book, which is Leadership Solved. Leadership Solved originally started off as blog posts, and I reshaped it, rewrote it, kind of molded it into something that was more readable, and that's what eventually turned into Leadership Solved, was blog posts. It doesn't read like a blog post now. Now it reads like a book, but that was originally blog posts. Same thing with How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019. Originally blog posts, now I shaped it into a book. So med device, that is absolutely awesome. So you talking about medical advice or devices? I think you meant to say medical advice. Medical advice, that's awesome. There's lots of money and opportunity in that. So I'll give you an example of a medical person that is making a lot of money. He got tied in with Billie Jean as marketing, and now I think the guy actually works for Billie Jean as marketing now, if I'm not mistaken. If you're familiar with who Billie Jean as marketing is, Billie Jean. So I'm actually a student of his as well too. I've invested money in that and in training. So I've actually got some formal training from Billie Jean. I've got formal. Oh, okay, medical device. Okay. That's awesome. There's lots of opportunity in that. Lots of opportunity in that. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, there's nothing but air and opportunity that's out there. If you want to achieve any amount of success, it's a matter of being resourceful. Okay, there's no lack of resources. There's resources and opportunity everywhere you look. But a lot of people lack that resourcefulness in order to take something and turn it into something else. And that's what I did within my businesses. I saw an opportunity to take what I know and turn that into a business. And that's exactly what a lot of people are doing now. Because here's the thing. If you haven't caught on to this by now, you're kind of a little bit behind. Education is changing. The face of education is changing, and that's where I'm shifting to. I'm shifting now to creating online courses. I originally started out with blog posts, turned that into books. Now I'm creating courses. And online training, a lot of people are starting to invest in themselves in online training. I've invested thousands of dollars in my own personal and professional education by taking online courses. And the face of education is changing right now to where if entrepreneurs and businesses don't evolve to that, to where they create online courses, they're going to miss an opportunity. Because right now that's a huge opportunity, and that's another thing that's making colleges and universities irrelevant. Yes, I have a degree. I have a business degree. Okay. But there are websites, businesses, whatever label you want to put on it, that are now creating online training that people are investing in, because that content is more relevant than what's being taught in colleges and universities. Okay? Here's the big gotcha. Here's where an opportunity is. And this is where people are going to really succeed when they figure out how to do it. I know the process. And that's when they get accredited through colleges and universities to where their content is being taken by college students. I will make a deal with a university right now in a heartbeat to teach one of my courses, and all I want's $1,000 per student. You can go ahead and charge your $4,000, you know, because credit hours, I think, well, depending on what school you go to, could be $1,000. Let's say, for simplistic sakes, $1,000 per credit hour. That's $4,000 if it's a 4-credit hour course, okay, per student. I just want $1,000 if they take my course. I provide the content, I provide the training, I provide this, but I have to make sure that I meet a standard and get accredited. Okay, and that's where a lot of other schools are out there are accredited through colleges and universities to where their material is accepted as college credit. Okay? And students take that, and that college is giving that student credit for that course that's taken through whatever. All right? I want to be a part of that. I want to be at the forefront of that. And right now I'm in process of talking to entrepreneurs and people that are out there creating these courses. The goal is to get accredited. I get one of my online courses accredited, I can charge that college or university $1,000 per student to take my course. Because guess what? Guess what colleges and universities are doing right now? They are leaning towards online classes and courses, but they don't always want to pay the instructors to teach that. That's where that becomes a problem. Okay, college, university, I don't need you to pay me a salary because I don't want to be an instructor through your university, but I want my training or my class to be accredited through your school to where your students can take my class through you, and all I want is a cut. You keep $3,000, I'll take $1,000, whatever. Like I said, simplistic speaking, I could charge differently if necessary, but I'm just doing that as an example. That's how that can work. That's the future of education right now. If people create content that is accredited and meets that standard to be accredited. Hopefully that made sense. That's what I'm leaning towards. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create classes, courses that meet a standard to be accredited. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. So packaging, so let me catch back up. So packaging for medical devices. Packaging for medical devices. Packaging. Like boxes and like what goes in the boxes, like the package that surrounds the device. Is that what you're talking about? Seems like there's an opportunity for that. I can see where you're going with that one. Yeah, I can see where you're going with that with packaging because depending on the certain packaging, you know what I'm saying, devices. So medical devices, you know, some of those could be sensitive items. And they need better packaging so that way they're not damaged or destroyed during shipping or distribution. I get it. Oh, FDA and ISO standards. No, I get it. Yeah. So if there's certain companies that are not meeting that standard and your business meets that standard, you can totally and completely market and advertise that. Hey, we are meeting FDA and ISO standards within our packaging for your medical devices. So in other words, you can get contracted out to basically be the packager for certain companies. Like, hey, company A, you have products, you want to get them to your client, get them packaged properly that is in accordance with FDA and ISO standards, go through me and I will make that happen. I get it. Yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, I was just kind of speaking, you know, in those types of terms. I get it. Yeah. I can absolutely see that. Now, the thing is that here's what a lot of other people don't put into consideration as well, too, and this has a lot to do with Lean Six. So if you're familiar with Lean Six Sigma, and this, that, and the other, you got what's called that whole downtime, you know, waste and this, that, and the other. So that's another way that can be shaped as well, too. Like, hey, eliminate this, this, and this, and this. In other words, downtime, all right? And you're kind of that middle person that helps them focus more on what they do, which is production of devices. So if they produce devices, they don't want to worry about packaging and shipping. If you're the middle person between company that is focused more on building devices, and you can fill that gap or bridge that gap between company and client, you're onto something there. And if that's what you're doing, that's awesome. Yeah, I get it. People are getting older, living longer, and the market is endless. You know, and the thing is with health crises and this, that, and the other, and as medical needs are rising, I can absolutely see where that is a huge potential for business opportunity right there. Once again, I don't know what I don't know. I'm just kind of talking here. going with what you're saying here, but there is a good opportunity to serve as that middle person between company who doesn't want to worry about packaging. You fill that gap, or you bridge that gap, so that way it keeps them focused on what they do, which is building devices. They build the device, you bridge the gap by packaging that device, and then now I don't know if you send it out or ship it out. Maybe you just package it and they still have to worry about shipping. But I can see kind of where you're going with that. Once again, with limited knowledge of you or your company or your business, I can see kind of how you can serve as that middle person. It's like Amazon fulfillment centers. You know, you got Amazon fulfillment centers being built all over the place, you know, and businesses and entrepreneurs and this, that, and the other can store products in those Amazon fulfillment centers and have them delivered and distributed by Amazon from those distribution centers. So if you are a distribution center and you are focused primarily on the package of that, all they got to worry about doing is, now once again, I don't know if you are a holding center for those devices as well too, and then companies are just fulfilling orders. Once again, I don't know your business model, but I'm just trying to walk my head through the process of what it is that you got going on there. But it seems interesting, really it does. I will definitely have to check out your channel and look into that. And if you do have a website that's up there, I'll make sure that I take a look at that as well too. Yeah, it seems interesting, man. It really does. All right, any other questions here before I move along on to something else? All right, so it's 9 o'clock at night here where I'm at. I actually have to get ready to go here pretty soon. I got to get up early in the morning, so I do get up pretty early in the mornings. I usually get up anywhere between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning, especially on the weekends. Yeah, on the weekends I usually get up really early in the morning and I start off by reading. I spend about an hour or two reading a book, and then get some exercise, clean up the house, and then I go about my day. Yeah, even weekends, man, I'm still working, still grinding. So use Common Sense TV channel, just listening. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for listening. Any other questions? Anything else? All right, so while you guys are chatting, I will move along here. What can I talk about next? All right, so here's something. Here's a good concept to look at right here. Oh, are you heading out? Use Common Sense TV channel. Are you heading out? You leaving? Oh, okay. Thought you was leaving. All right, so here's something to think about right here. Earlier I talked about challenges and obstacles, and you will face those challenges and you will face those obstacles. But when you do face a challenge in your life, don't wish things were easier. Instead, wish that you were better. Okay? Remember, there's a lot of things that happen, okay, that you can't always control. But the one thing that you can control is yourself. You can control that. You can control what you do, what you say, how you act, how you react, what you know, what you don't know. There's so many different levels of things that you are in charge of, that you can control. All right? So the idea is to make yourself better. Make an investment in yourself, okay, so that you are better. You have that knowledge. You have those skills. Now, experience is something else. Okay, I don't think that experience falls into the line or in the category of knowledge and skills. You take knowledge and skills and go out and take appropriate action, and you build experiences, okay, which leads to experience. All right, but I think that knowledge and skills and experience are in a separate, I guess, category, so to speak, if that makes sense. Okay, so when you face challenge in your life, don't wish things were easier. Instead, wish you were better. Because if you were better, you would have accomplished the things that you struggled with. All right. Now here's another one. I don't have to do anything, but I'm thankful for the things that I get to do. Sometimes you hear here's a conversation that you may hear sometimes. Oh, I have to go do this. I have to go do that. No, you don't have to go do anything. You get to do those things, but you don't have to go do those things. I think that, and that falls into line with me being thankful for the opportunities that I get to do. Okay? Because remember, there are a lot of things that are in life that is a choice. You choose to do things. Whether it be something you say, whether it be something you do, you still choose your action or your reaction or your attitude. Okay? Which, if you're familiar with any of my content, you know that attitude is one of the 5 rights. And it's the most important of the 5 rights. Okay? So what are the 5 rights that I'm talking about? Of course I'm talking about right place, right time, right uniform, dress or attire, right information, and right attitude. If you adhere to the 5 rights, you can never be wrong. Okay, so if you're familiar with any of my books, you're familiar with me, my content, you will know that I talk about the 5 rights. Okay, so right place, right time, right uniform, dress or attire, right information, and most importantly, right attitude. Your attitude is something that you control. You control that. You control your attitude towards whatever is happening within your life. Whether it's positive, whether it's negative, you control your attitude towards that. So let's say, for example, you got something that is happening in your life that is negative, very negative, and there's lots of things that tend to happen every single day that is negative within life. I have my own things that I'm facing every single day and that I'm struggling with, and I'm dealing with those things. Okay? But it's your attitude towards that that makes all the difference. And more importantly, after that attitude comes the appropriate action that you take to alleviate that problem, issue, circumstance, situation, whatever label you want to put on it. Okay? But it begins with your mind and your attitude. All right? Your attitude. You control your attitude. Okay? So if something's negative happening in your life, remember what I talked about earlier. What you give energy to will thrive. What you give life to will survive. You don't want something to thrive or survive in your life? Then don't give it energy. Don't give it life. Don't pay no attention to it. Your attitude towards that should be one of, that doesn't bother me, that doesn't affect me, has nothing to do with me, I'm not going to pay no attention to it, I'm going to move along. Believe me, it's a lot easier to walk away from something than it is to struggle with it. It's a lot easier, okay, not to stress out over something than it is to deal with the semantics of what it is that's stressing you out. You have to keep that in mind, okay? And then this kind of leads into the next one. Sometimes you just need a real friend to tell it like it is and give you a reality check. Because there are a lot of people that are out there that are what I like to call yes people or hype people. They'll say yes to everything. Okay? And they will hype everything up. Have you ever experienced people like that within your life? So joining us here tonight is Koi TV. Koi TV, thank you for taking time out of your day to come over and visit my live stream. So I have been on here, my goodness, man, I've been on here for 2 hours. Man, 2 hours. I've been on here for a minute. 2 hours. So I've been on here for 2 hours, got a couple of people watching, and I've got 10 thumbs up. So, if you haven't subscribed or you haven't smashed that thumbs up, please make sure you smash that thumbs up. And here's what I would greatly appreciate, because I know some of y'all have some friends as well too. I was trying to get some more people over here, and we had, I think, upwards to about 10 people in here earlier. I would love it. I've never had anybody come over and raid my channel yet. I'm waiting for that to happen one of these days, for somebody to come over and raid my channel. And I know a couple of people that does raids, and I know that one of these days they're going to come back over and they're going to come and raid my channel. I would greatly appreciate that if anybody wants to raid my channel. But Koi TV, thank you for joining me here tonight. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day to come over here and listen to what it is that I have to say. So I've been talking for about 2 hours. Really been talking about a lot of motivation, inspiration. We got on kind of a couple of little tangents here about books and business and this, that, and the other. So if there are any questions that you have or anything you want to hear me talk about, by all means, drop me a question. Let me know that, hey, I want you to talk about something. You know, usually I talk about life, leadership, business, motivation, inspiration, making money online, entrepreneurship, things like that. Those are things that I tend to talk about. So I am venturing off into some other things just because I think that there's some opportunity out there. Not necessarily for what it is that I do, but opportunity for visibility. Okay? And that's the thing that you got to think about is that there's opportunity for visibility everywhere you go. And whenever you create videos on YouTube, you got to have kind of an intentional approach towards what you're creating, how you're creating it, and expand that opportunity. Okay? Because the thing is that I understand, as long as it's closely related, I'll give you an example. ASMR. Okay? ASMR is kind of a niched down topic. Okay, but here's how I'm expanding into ASMR. What I'm doing is I'm taking motivational and inspirational content and turning that into ASMR. Okay, I've even been asked to do guided meditation because meditation in theory is motivation and inspiration. It's guidance, it's mentorship. You are providing purpose, motivation, direction, guidance, mentorship, meditation, same concept. Once again, it's all in a matter of how you shape it. All right, so give me a second. I'm actually getting a phone call, so give me a second, please. All right, so I'm taking a short pause right now, short break. I will be back shortly. I have a phone call I need to deal with real quick, and I will be right back shortly. So please hang out with me, invite some people over, and come raid my channel. And I will be back in a couple of minutes. So thank you for watching. I will be back shortly. All right. So I am back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call that I needed to go tend to real quick. So thank you for waiting. Thank you for standing by. So in the stream here we have Tommy Yates. Tommy Yates, thank you for joining me here tonight. So we got Tommy Yates joining us here tonight. We got Koi TV, Use Common Sense TV channel. Thank you all for taking time out of your day to join me here. And listening to what I have to talk about on my live stream here. Yeah, I appreciate it. Koi TV still here. Thank you for standing by. I know that was a little bit of a break here. My son called me on the phone here, so I wanted to make sure that I said good night because he is out and about visiting with family and everything, so I wanted to say good night. Tommy Yates, how's everything going? Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I checked out your channel and I did follow you, so appreciate it. Use Common Sense TV channel, thank you for standing by. And thank you for that great question earlier. Hopefully I answered your question about books, but we need to talk a little bit more on that. And wisdom about leadership. Man, there's a lot of things I can really talk about in reference to leadership. So, excuse me, pardon me about that. But I'll share something with you real quick. So leadership, a long time ago, I was getting interviewed by somebody, and they asked me a question. They said, what is the most important aspect of leadership? Okay, so before I go into that, if you don't know anything about me, my name is Terry Thompson. I'm a leadership expert, and I have over 25 years of knowledge and experience leading people to personal and professional success. I've literally led thousands of people to personal or professional success. And during this particular interview, I had somebody ask me, what is the most important aspect of leadership? And I was like, well, I said it really comes down to two things, not one. It comes down to two. So there's two important aspects of leadership, okay, and here they are. The two most important aspects of leadership is influence and impact, okay? If you are going to lead people, you need to have influence over those people. Not necessarily over in a negative sense, but you need to have influence, I guess maybe on, to, over, pick one that fits, okay, but you know what I mean. You need to have influence. And that influence needs to have an impact. Okay? So how do you build influence? Let me break this down. Let me peel the onion back just a little bit about influence and impact. Okay? Which are the most important aspects of leadership. So influence. You develop influence through lots of different ways and methods. And the way that you build influence is not necessarily by what you say, okay, but more importantly by the things that you do. Now, that also even has a further impact on people, because 9 times out of 10, people are not going to remember what you say. They might not even remember what you do, but they will remember how you made them feel. That was a great quote by Tony Robbins, and I got to get that plug in there that's a quote from Tony Robbins. Okay, but influence. You develop influence by the things that you do. And the things that you do has an impact on people that makes them feel something. It gives it emotion, or it evokes an emotion. Okay, whether they believe you, they trust you, they will follow you. Remember, you don't choose, okay, who you lead. You don't choose that. They choose to follow you. It works the other way around. Now, I understand that there's positions that are out there, there's jobs that's out there, there's titles that are out there, okay, but that is completely irrelevant. You can have a position, you can have a job, you can have a title, and people will do what you say only for the mere fact of that position or that title. They will not follow you by what you say. Okay? Really kind of comes more important about what you do. You need to set that example. You set that example, others will follow that example. Okay? That's how you build influence. By being the example, knowing the example, doing the example. Okay? And when you be, know, and do, you are able to establish influence, which has a positive impact on people's lives and the way that they do things. It's kind of like that whole circle of life thing. Okay? When you provide that mentorship, that purpose, motivation, direction, value, once again, whatever label you want to put on it, other people are able to take from that, put in their toolkit what they think is valuable, all right, and then they are able to take that appropriate action themselves and go out and formulate their version of success, their version of leadership. Does that kind of make sense a little bit? Did that a little bit answer your question? Once again, I can talk about leadership all night long, but just to share a quick story with, what I think is most important, once again, it's influence and impact. Okay? So hopefully I kind of touched on at least a little bit of an idea there for you. All right. So that impact. Let me kind of rephrase something here on that impact. When you are establishing or developing influence that has an impact on people, what you're doing is you're building equity. Okay? You're building equity. And there's many types of equity, but I have to ask you, which one are you going to increase? Which one will you increase? Okay? You have brand equity, you have trust equity, family equity. Okay, there's all different types of equity that you can build or you can increase. Okay, because remember what I said earlier, what you give life to is what continues to thrive and survive. What you give energy to thrives and survives. If you don't want something to survive or thrive, don't give it energy, don't give it life. The whole idea is that you want to get to the bottom line up front of what is important to you, but more importantly, what is important for those that you lead. Because remember, it's not always about you. Here's the thing that a lot of people tend to get twisted and get confused. Being in a leadership position doesn't necessarily mean that you quit. You stop. A lot of people get into those positions of increased authority and responsibility, and they just take a step back. They go, "Oh, it's my time to put my feet up on the desk. I'm in charge now. I'm a leader. I don't have to do nothing except for close my office door and sit back and relax, and then that's where it ends. I'm in charge now." No, that's not how that goes. All right, leadership is action. Leadership is setting the example, being the example, knowing the example, doing the example. Okay? I worked harder every time that I increased in levels of authority and responsibility, in other words, the leadership ladder. I worked harder every time that I increased, that I gone higher. I worked harder. I also worked smarter too, but I worked harder. Now, I'll share a quick story with you. I remember one time that I had, so I came up into the communications field, working within networking equipment, building networks, computers, installing networks and network devices and things like that. Okay, so I remember one time I had a company that I was working for, and we had to install 3,000 cables, okay, into this facility. And we had a very short amount of time in which to do that. Now, I had all my employees, all the people that are part of my team, work for, I think, 3 days to build those 3,000 cables that we had to install throughout the entire facility. And we got all the cables built. And then I went out there and started installing all of them. I didn't have to do nothing. I could have just sat back and watched my employees do everything and watched them install it and everything. But no, that was something that we had to get done. And we had a timeline in which we needed to get it done. So I'm out here on a ladder, climbing up on a roof, putting cables up in the ceiling and this, that, and the other. And my senior leader came by and said, "What are you doing? Climbing up on that ladder? Are you trying to hurt yourself?" Like, no, I'm trying to make it happen. And I need to be able to be where my people are so that they see me doing that, being that example. I need to know what they're struggling with and what they are experiencing. And a lot of times as leaders grow and as they develop, they tend to forget that. They tend to forget where they came from, and they tend to forget what people go through to get things done. And then they don't understand the problems and the issues whenever they arise because they're not right there where their people are. So with me being right there with my people, putting those cables in the ceiling, climbing ladders, and getting on rooftops and going underneath the basements and this, that, and the other, I understood what they were dealing with. I understood the struggles. I understood the pain points on when something went wrong. And I understood every aspect of that network so that whenever it came time to turn everything on and troubleshoot and figure out, okay, here's a computer that didn't work. Well, why didn't this computer work? Well, gosh, I installed that cable, so I know that it worked. And then it made solving network problems a lot easier if I knew what had happened because I was there with them. And a lot of times that's where leaders get into trouble when they don't know what's going on within their company because they're not with their people. They're not with the problem. They're not solving the problems. They don't even know that there's a problem because they're not there, talking to their people. So that's exactly what happens with that. All right, so joining us here tonight as well, too, is Ahmad Sadi. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come over here and listen to what I'm talking about here tonight. If you do have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask. Feel free to network with everybody else that's here within the chat. So I am a motivational speaker, leadership expert. I talk about life and leadership and this, that, and the other. So if you got anything in reference to that, I also talk about business. I also talk about making money online. Talk about a lot of different things like that. So once again, network with everybody. Don't drop any links or don't drop any numbers or anything like that. Network the right way, and if you go over and follow some people, give them some thumbs up, some watch time, they may follow you back. Who knows? So joining us here tonight, Ahmad Sadi. Thank you for joining us here tonight. So I'm having a look at your channel right now. You got 28 subscribers. That looks like you got a variety of some videos here. Yeah, appreciate it. So I have just subscribed to your channel. So Ahmad Sadi, thank you for stopping by. I have subscribed to your channel. I'll make sure that I take a look at everything later. I marked it for review later. Once again, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. If you do, hang around for a little bit. Give me a thumbs up. If you like what it is that I'm talking about. I got 11 thumbs up right now. I could use some more. And if you got anybody that you want to bring over to the channel and listen, if you like what I'm talking about, by all means, bring them over and we'll have a chat. We'll talk about some stuff. All right? Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. Thank you for stopping by. All right, so Koi TV, did I answer your question there with that one, or at least shine a little bit more light or provide a little bit more, I guess, feedback on what you was after? So Koi TV says it is good to set the example first for them to trust you. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I've had some people that have, stood out in front in a leadership position and went under the mindset of do as I say, not as I do. Have you ever experienced that? I know I have experienced that, and those are really kind of some of the worst people to really be around. Do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm telling you, subordinates will challenge you. They will challenge you. If they see you doing something that you're telling them not to do and they go out and do it, they will get you in a heartbeat. I've been put in check like that. I've had that happen. Well, hey, you said this, and how come you're doing that? Well, you know, you can't make up no excuses. They will call you out in a heartbeat. They really will. Sometimes people, you know, they got different ways of saying things and doing things, and that's truly embarrassing whenever you say something and then you go out and do something different than what you said. You know, that you lose trust, you lose value, and those that you have influence over, you will no longer have influence over them. But I guarantee you that it will impact them, but it will impact them negatively. That's the reason why I said earlier, influence and impact are the two most important aspects of leadership. And you need to make sure that you continue to build that trust so that you can have that influence or continue to maintain that influence and impact. And a lot of that influence and impact really comes down to a few things as well too, you know. And that has to do a lot with your values, your belief systems, and this, that, and the other. So remember, this goes back to a quote that I talked about earlier, and it goes back to this quote right here. How you do anything is how you do everything. Okay? How you do anything is how you do everything. And that has a lot to do with your values and your standards. Okay? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. All right? So welcome to the chat here. We have Dinah Hashem. Thank you for joining. So Ahmad sent you. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you for sending some people over. You know, I'm truly blessed, truly thankful that you're inviting some people over. Marlin Games, thank you for joining. You're live now, stopping by to say hi. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come over and say hi. And I know that you're live right now. Thank you for sharing that you're over in your live stream as well. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hi. Make sure that you leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy what it is that I'm talking about. I got 12 right now, and I got, I think, 5 people watching, it looks like. So drop me a thumbs up. Drop me a line in the chat here. Drop me an emoji if you want. If you got any questions, please feel free to ask questions. I talk about life, leadership, motivation, inspiration, and so forth. So sent it out in Discord. Ahmad Sadi, thank you. Thank you very much for sharing everything out and letting people know to come on over here and have a look at my channel. Thank you very much. And if there's any way that I can return the favor in the form of a shout out, which I'm doing right now, I'm shouting out your channel. If I can shout you out as well too within another video. Once again, that's how we all grow. We shout each other out. We share the streams. We let other people know, hey, you know, this is pretty cool. You guys should come over and check this out and everything. So once again, that's how you give support. You know, what you give, you get back in return. And I know I can't catch everybody's live stream, but I try to make sure that I catch the ones that are giving me support. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'll give you support. Yet I don't see them. So that's kind of how I roll. You got to give if you want to get. And that's what I've discovered. That's what I've learned. But I also got some people that I'm giving to that I don't necessarily get back from neither. So whatever. We will deal with that. There's ways of dealing with that as well too. So Koi TV's here tonight. Thank you for joining me tonight, Koi TV. If you have any other questions or anything that you want me to further elaborate on, and I got something in my darn eye, sorry about that. If there's something you want me to further elaborate on or talk about, once again, please feel free to drop me a comment within the chat, and I'll do my best to talk about your subjects, answer any questions. Like I said, this is a live Q&A. And if there are no questions or what have you, then I will continue on with the things that I'm talking about here. All right, so we do have a few people here within the chat. So we got Ahmad Sadi, Koi TV, Dinah Hashem, Marlin Games, myself, and Use Common Sense TV channel. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come over here and join me tonight. And moving right along with my quote cards here. So all the quote cards that I've been talking about from tonight has been out of all of my books. And I have multiple books published out there across multiple platforms, and I usually like talking about the content from my books. All right, so here we go. We got, I got something here about networks. And it goes like this. If your network determines your net worth, how valuable would you be? Okay. Have you ever heard of the concept of you are similar or just like the people that you hang around? All right. I know myself, I want my net worth to be like my network. So I make sure that I hang around good people. It's like the whole quote goes, iron sharpens iron. If you want to be smarter, if you want to take yourself to like another level, then what you need to do is hang out with somebody that's just a little bit smarter, a little bit better, has a different knowledge and skill set than you, and then that will help raise you up to a different level and a different standard. Okay, so once again, your net worth is your network, or your network is your net worth. You can kind of flip that however you need to. But once again, that brings me back to my question. If your network determines your net worth, how valuable would you be? So who do you hang around? Who are the 5 closest people that you hang around? Okay? And if, there's kind of another funny quote, if you hang around 5 dumb people, you'll be the 6th dummy in the group. If you hang around 5 poor people, you'll be the 6th poorest person in the group. Once again, but here's another way of looking at that. Let me flip that around a little bit as well, too. If you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. Okay? So I really just flipped the script on you on that one. If you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. You constantly need to participate in masterminds, which is how I like to run my live streams. I like to run my live streams kind of like a mastermind. We crosstalk, we communicate. I bring valuable content to the table to get you to kind of stretch your mindset, stretch your thinking just a little bit, and take your mindset to a different level. Take your thoughts to a different level. So that way you can kind of think differently about things and go out and achieve a different level of success or achievement within whatever it is that you do. Okay? All right, so Tommy Yates has joined us again here tonight. Tommy Yates, hello, and thank you for joining. Dinah Hashem says Ahmad has to go box his pups. Okay, appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for the heads up there on that one, though. So Koi TV says, yes, sir. It's good to be with people who will make you better. I agree wholeheartedly. So if you want to be better, make sure that you hang around people that are better. If you want to achieve a level of success or a particular knowledge or skill set, hang around people that has that knowledge and has that skill set, so that way you can learn from them. Learn from their example. All right? All right? Learn from their example. If there's a skill that I want to learn or something that I want to develop, I am hanging around those. That's why I continuously invest in myself. The best investment that you can make is in yourself. Okay, I'm constantly taking classes. I'm constantly taking courses. I have a degree, but now I'm working on certifications. Okay, and I also pay for online training that might not necessarily have a certification, but it's a set of knowledges and skills that I want to learn. Okay, I've invested thousands of dollars in my own personal training, okay, my own personal education. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to do that. You have to invest in your own training, all right? And that can be in the form of anything. That can be in the form of taking college classes. That can be in the form of taking technical classes to get a certification. That can also be in the form of taking training that's out there on like websites kind of like Udemy, Teachable, Skillshare I think is another one. LinkedIn does a bunch of different training. And then people like myself who is an entrepreneur. Now I also have online courses and training that I'm in the process of developing because like I said earlier, the face of education is changing. It's absolutely changing. And I want to be at the forefront of that to where I get the content that I'm teaching accredited so that it's worth college credit and points. Okay, that's one of my goals that I'm trying to achieve here within the next 3 to 5 years. All right, so Looking back up here in the chat, Void Heart. Welcome, Void Heart. Thank you for joining me here tonight. So we'll see where our thoughts go then. All right, so our thoughts can go in a lot of different directions depending on how intentionally you are using those thoughts. Okay, because it's like the old, it's kind of like this right here. Wherever your thoughts go, that's where you go. All right, remember, the mind will lead you and the heart will take you. Totally mind-blowing with that statement, isn't it? I'm going to have to go back and listen to that one because I know what I just said, but I did that one on the fly. All right, so Void Heart, thank you for joining me here tonight. So you're a new channel. You got 1 subscriber and you got episode 0. Here we go, up and running at last. Stay tuned for something a little more substantial. Episode 0. Not quite sure what you got going on here. Is that animation or something along those lines? I'll have a look at it later, but once again, I'm curious. I'm interested in what you got coming on. So guess what? I have subscribed to your channel, Void Heart. So if you have not subscribed to Void Heart, go out there, subscribe to Void Heart, because you know what? Void Heart is now up and running and has something coming that's a little bit more substantial. That's a pretty badass looking, I don't know what that is you got going on there. It looks like a purple, I don't know, purple something on a person or something like that. I don't know. It looks like you got something coming, though. I'll be on the lookout for that for sure, man. So Void Heart, if you have not scooped up Void Heart, go out there, subscribe to Void Heart, because it looks like this is going to be a pretty badass channel coming soon, with more stuff coming soon. All right, so Void Heart, welcome, thank you. Make sure you network with everybody in here, and I'm sure that you might pick up some more subscribers as well, too. So also joining us here tonight is Chess Crystal. Chess Crystal, thank you for joining me here tonight. How you doing today, by the way, Chess? Everything going all right? Happy Friday, by the way. It is Friday. Hashtag Friday. I love Fridays, but actually, you know, you've listened to my streams before. You know every day's Monday. All right, so Dinah Hashem, go because of his... Oh, okay, no worries. He had to go because of his dog. I get it. Family matters. I get it. And you have to go because your break is now done. Well, Dinah, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you for listening to the few things that I had to talk about. And I look forward to seeing you around. Thank you. And Koi TV says, my book is very wonderful. I want to have that kind of a book. Like, you want to have it for yourself, or you want to write that kind of a book? Koi TV, are you saying that you want to write a book like that? If so, that's something I can help you with. I can actually show you some things on how to write a book. I may have to create a video, because I've been asked about that a couple of times, on how to write a book and how to go about writing a book and publishing a book. I know Use Common Sense TV channel. I know that you have asked me several times on how to do that. I'm going to have to end up like posting like a quick video on how to do that, like how to write a book, how to format it, how to publish it, and then get out there, because there's a way that you can publish books independently on Amazon and other platforms as well too. It depends on what it is that you want to write about. There's lots of opportunity. I'm telling you, there's opportunity out there to write content and put it out on Amazon or even on a website and monetize that. You can even create content and sell it to other people and then give them the rights to use it. It's called private label rights. Because I challenged somebody one time. I said, "Are you a writer? Are you a writer or an author?" You know, and somebody even asked me that question. I was like, "Well, I'm both, actually. I write content for specific reasons, and I have even given that content to other people so that they could use it." And I write, once again, I think that I'm kind of both, a combination of being a writer and an author. All right, depends on how you think of it. All right, so Void Heart says, just a little world that I created. Networking, it is key on such platforms. Yeah, absolutely. So I know YouTube is a platform in which I don't know if this is like an animated video or an animated short. I'll take a look at it later. Looks interesting though, man. You definitely captured my attention. Even though there's really, the title is intriguing, episode 0. Thumbnail looks intriguing, even though there's nothing in it. It makes me want to click on it. So once again, those are kind of things to think about. Here's where I think that you have opportunity. So Void Heart, if you don't mind me making a recommendation about your channel here, I know you're just getting started out and everything. You got episode 0. You got a cool looking thumbnail. Hashtags. You need to use hashtags within your description so that they show up either above your video, or use hashtag in your title so that they show up, because those are clickable and people can discover your content based off of what it is that you use, the hashtags that you use. So here's what I recommend. If this is animation or anime, put that as a hashtag. Animation, anime, cartoon, animated video, animated cartoon. Something along those lines. So I'm not quite sure what you got going on there. If it's a video game, I don't know, use hashtag video game, hashtag gamer. I think you get my point, but here's my recommendation for your channel is if you want to expand it and you want to grow it and bring visibility to it, there's a few ways in which you can do that. Use hashtags, great titles, and then interact with people like what you're doing now. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you participate in certain live streams, you will grow your channel. But you need to get content out there. You need to put more content out there on your channel. Having one video, I got it. It's a start. Okay? But I guarantee you that your idea and your dream started long before this video. Okay? So expand on that vision, expand on that dream, expand on that goal, and go out there and kick ass and take names, man. I believe in you. Okay? I definitely wish you all the best. So, Void Heart, I do. From the bottom of my heart, man, I wish you all the best. All right, I hope to see your channel grow into a bigger channel. All right, so you got a couple of subscribers now, and I'm sure with more videos you will increase that. All right, so Chess Crystal, thank you for joining me over here tonight. Glad to hear that you're doing good. Yes, happy Friday. Or if you know anything about me, happy Monday. Every day's Monday. Every day's Friday. All right, so Koi TV, I want to have your book about leadership solved because it's very good. Well, yeah, I got the audio book. So here's what you can do. So check this out. I don't know what you like better, if you like ebooks or if you like audio books. I also have that in a paperback as well too. So Leadership Solved. Here's the paperback version of it. This is the paperback version of that book. Okay. So that's the paperback version of Leadership Solved. All right. So it's so ebook. I got ebook, paperback, and I got the audio book. So I'm not quite sure what. Hopefully that won't fall down. Stay right there. All right. Got to keep my book in view as well too. So Leadership Solved. Once again, if you've gone over to my website, so have you visited my Koi TV? Have you visited my website? TerryThompson.me. The link right there is just underneath me. If you look right there below me, TerryThompson.me. That is my website. If you head on over there, I got a couple of links on my website there. You can enter in an email address, valid email address, and you will be given immediate and instant access to download the audiobook of Leadership Solved. So here's what I'm going to do for you. Okay, here's what I'm going to do for you. You head on over there and you put in a valid email address, download that audiobook. I will send you the ebook absolutely for free. What I'll do is that email address that you provide me, I will give you not only that book, but here's what I will do. I will give you another book absolutely for free as well too, a surprise. I'll give you a surprise book for free. So you will get instant access, and if you sign up for How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019 as well too, so you'll have an ebook, an audio book, and I'll send you another ebook absolutely for free. All you need to do is go over there and sign up, and once you get instant access to that, and once I see that you have joined, I will send you out an email, most likely tomorrow, and I will send you a free copy of another one of my books, ebook. All right, so Void Heart, He says, "You are right. I'm pretty bad at the whole tag thing. I totally get what you mean, though. I will expand as I go. I appreciate your encouragement. First real video soon." Yeah, I look forward to it. I absolutely look forward to it. I know starting out is tough. So here's the mistake that I did. I started out a few years ago on YouTube. I've actually been on YouTube for, oh my goodness, man. What year are we in? 2019? 14 years now. I've been on YouTube for 14 years now. I created my very first video back in 2005. Another channel. This is not my only channel. I have other channels than this one. But I've been on YouTube now for 14 years. And it's a challenge. It really is. There's a lot of opportunity, but there's also a lot of challenges that is happening here lately that's going to affect some channels and affect some things, especially in reference to monetization. But once again, I wish you all the best, continued success, and I look forward to seeing your channel grow. All right, so Koi TV also says, "I am a very small YouTuber. I hope I can be better." Once again, I wish you all the best as well. Void Heart says, "Thank you. Thanks, Koi. I am not even small, not even started. I hope to do well. I hope you do well yourself." Yeah, that's what it takes, encouragement. You provide encouragement, that's going to come back to you. All right, so great job providing that encouragement. And that's tough sometimes, because here's the thing. So while I'm talking about that, I'll go ahead and kind of touch on that subject as well too. Encouragement. Encouragement seems to be kind of a challenging thing for people sometimes, because you know what? Guess what? It's easy. It is easy to be negative to people. It really is. I can literally be negative every single day. But to provide encouragement really takes exactly what is within that word of encouragement, and that is courage. It takes courage to provide encouragement. Okay? But you also got to understand one thing too. You can't give away what you don't have. You cannot give away what you don't own yourself. So if you don't have courage, you cannot give encouragement. Okay? And having the courage to do the right thing, to take that leap of faith and take that first step, you are automatically and right away immediately showing that you have courage to give encouragement. Remember, you cannot give what you don't possess. So self-validation, in order to move forward, I agree with you 100%, because here's the thing. I don't need to be validated by anybody to know what I'm worth. I know what I'm worth. And a lot of people tend to lose track with what it is that they are worth. Okay, and then once they feel down in the dumps, they feel like they're worthless, then they lose their worth, and then they need somebody else to bring them back up. Now keep in mind what I'm about ready to tell you. If that's the case, and you feel worthless and somebody else is trying to bring you up, you're only going to be raised to the value that they are at and the value that they give you. And if they don't bring you very high, or they give you very much value, I have to kind of challenge the fact, are you still worth something? I would say yes, okay, because feeling worthless is just that. It's a feeling. It's a mindset, if you will. Okay? But yes, you basically need to not really validate yourself, okay? But here's the thing. Let me tell it to you like this. I do not need anybody to motivate me. I can provide my own motivation. I do not need anybody to inspire me. I can provide my own inspiration, because it goes back to what it is that I said earlier, okay? And if you didn't catch what I said earlier, I'm going to tell it to you again. You don't need 12 steps, 10 ways, or 10 things, or 3 reasons, or 25 whatever. You really only need one reason why you are doing something. And once you get to the bottom line of that one reason why you are doing something. See, here's the thing. A lot of people tend to get bent out of shape on the what. And it's not the what that makes you successful. It's the why. Why are you doing something? Why do you exist? Why do you create? Why do you talk this way? Why do you walk this way? Why do you do what it is that you do? When you can get down to the why, everything else is going to take care of itself. All right? But you need to first understand your why. right? You need to understand your why. And that is the most important thing. All right? Your why. All right, so I see somebody did subscribe to Leadership Solved. I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but I see somebody did just subscribe to Leadership Solved. Thank you for subscribing to Leadership Solved. Please let me know if you did get immediate access. So what I will do is I will send over a quick thank you message. So, matter of fact, good evening. Thank you for subscribing. Please let me know if you accessed my book. I will send you another free book shortly. Sincerely, Terry. And thank you. Bam. There you go. All right. So please respond to that email that I just sent you, and that way I know that you got it, and I know that we have interacted and we have engaged, and I will send you another ebook for free. The person that just subscribed to my book, Leadership Solved. All right, so thank you. Oh, okay, so you did go ahead and put your name in there. All right, so John, thank you. I just replied. I just sent you an email. All right, so please respond back to that email, and then that way I know that we've interacted, because here's the thing, Gmail really gets tricky. It really does. I have a lot of problems with it sometimes because things end up in my spam box. Things don't end up in my spam box. I send things out. They arrive. They don't arrive because they really break it down into multiple categories, and I really kind of have they really give me some fits. So please respond to that email that I just sent you, and that way I can send you another copy of my ebook for free, or I'll send you another ebook for free. All right, so John, thank you very much. Nice to know your name, though, by the way. John, nice to meet you. All right, so all right, so Void Heart says it's hard sometimes to remember who you really are. You know, I can relate to that. I can absolutely relate to that, because sometimes I get so caught up in the moment or the emotion, and I'm thinking in that moment or within that emotion. And that's the thing that you got to be careful with, is that if you're thinking in the moment, got it, that's you being present, okay, and taking appropriate action in order to be in the moment. And, you know, once again, I can take that in a couple of different ways. But here's where people tend to get into trouble, is when they tend to react because of emotion. That's where people tend to get into trouble right there. It's hard sometimes to remember who you really are. And the reason why you're doing that is because you are not taking intentional action. You are reacting to the emotions that you're going through. Does that make sense? And can you relate to that? All right, so use common sense. Good night. See you around. Thank you. God bless. Hey, Use Common Sense TV channel, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time. You know I'm going to catch up to your live stream again. If you're going to be on tomorrow, I'll be up. I'm probably going to go live again tomorrow morning sometime. And we need to come over and raid my channel. We need to send a bunch of people over here tomorrow. I'm hoping to catch a couple of them other guys so that they can send some people over. We need to do a channel raid. I haven't been raided yet. We need to come raid my channel. Send a bunch of people over here so we can talk. But I'm going to wind this down because it's 10 o'clock at night here. So I do got to go here very shortly. I actually do have to go because I got to get up early in the morning. I got a lot of things I got to get done tomorrow. But I do want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to come over here and spend a little bit of time with me. So Void Heart, hopefully I kind of gave a little bit of value to your statement there of it's hard sometimes to remember who you really are. And the thing is It goes a little bit deeper than that, man. It really does. Yeah, great to meet you as well. So the thing is that you really kind of need to differentiate between taking appropriate action and reacting, because taking action is different than reacting. You never want to be in reactionary mode, and that's what a lot of people tend to do, is that they find themselves in reaction mode instead of action mode. And when you get in reaction mode, that's whenever you tend to get in trouble, because you're waiting for things to happen, and then you are reacting to those things based off of the knowledge, skills, and experience that you have or have had, and that, you know, that's what you're dealing with. You are reacting. I don't like to be reactionary. I don't like to react at all. I think it sucks to react to stuff. And don't get me wrong, yes, I have had to react to certain things. Okay. Hey, John, I got your email back, by the way, just so that you know. Yep. I did receive your email, so thank you. Thank you very much for responding to that. So by tomorrow, I will have you another ebook sent to you in your email. When I do send it over, please let me know that you got it. So I'll give you another one of my ebooks for free. I do got another audiobook that I'm going to be working on here pretty soon. Matter of fact, I got about 2 more audiobooks that I'm working on. I got an online course that I'm working on, and then I got my planning method that I'm working on. So I do got some other things that are coming here pretty soon, and we'll see what happens with that. But Void Heart, yeah, good to meet you. Great to meet you as well too. Hopefully, I shed a little bit more light on your question. John, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming over here and talking with me tonight. Thank you for signing up. Let me know you got access to my audiobook. It's a quick listen, man. It's only 35 minutes long. So Leadership Solved, it's just me talking about 10 things about leadership, and I think you'll really enjoy it. There's a few things in there that I know that you're going to like, and the biggest thing that's in that audiobook is my 5 rights. So I would say that out of that entire audiobook, that is the most essential part of that audiobook, is the 5 rights. Now, there's some other really good parts that's in there, but if you ask me what my favorite part of the book is, it's the 5 rights, because I strongly believe that if you adhere to the 5 rights, you absolutely cannot and will not be wrong. Usually whenever I've gotten myself into trouble, it's when I've violated one of the 5 rights. Okay? So when you get to that part right there about the 5 rights, that right there is a good listen. And I need to further elaborate on the 5 rights as well too. And I did. So actually within my video there, How to Succeed, in that video right there, I talk about the 5 rights. So when you go to my channel, that should be the first video that pops up. So new users and returning users, that right there should be the very first video that pops up. I think it's called How to Succeed. In that video right there is where I talk about the 5 rights. So I want to make sure that I'm telling you the right information here. How to be successful. It's called How to be Successful. So How to be Successful is the video that I recommend watching. So if you do want to watch like the next video, if you haven't watched that one in your spare time, whenever you get an opportunity, How to be Successful. If you watch that video right there, that's where I kind of further elaborate a little bit on the 5 rights. And I may even further elaborate on them later, and I may actually write another book called The 5 Rights. So that way I provide a more in-depth look at what the 5 rights really are, and how to really kind of get after those. All right. So, Chess Crystal, great time being here. Thank you. I have a great time talking to each and every one of you. I'm glad that you are enjoying my conversation here tonight. Kind of did some random stuff, nothing really fully prepared. So I've been on here. Man, I've been on here for a minute, man. I want to say I've been on here 3 hours. My goodness, this is, I think, my longest live stream right here. I've been on for 3 hours. Normally, I do about an hour, couple hours, but I've been going for 3 long hours. Long live stream. All right, so Void Heart also says, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. It helped a lot. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, and thank you for listening as well, too. So, once again, like I said, I have been a leadership expert for over 25 years, and I have led thousands of people to personal and professional success. I've literally seen so many different examples of what right looks like. I'm not claiming to know everything, but I do know a lot of things, and I have been a personal counselor for people. I have counseled a lot of people. I've provided counsel, given them that purpose, motivation, and direction that they need in order to go out there and be successful within their life as well too. And sometimes that's all that you need. You really just need someone to talk to really just kind of here's something that I'm dealing with. From your perspective, what would you recommend? Okay? And I even do that. I even reach out to people that I have faith and trust in and that I believe, and I have, I don't want to use the word label, but basically I've identified as my mentor, okay? And, you know, and I ask them those tough questions. Hey, from your knowledge and your experience, all right, what would you do? How would you handle this? How did you handle this? Okay? And, you know, there's a lot of ways in which you can look at that. You know, and sometimes that's all that you really need. It's just that person, that other person, to really kind of provide some perspective, or that outside perspective or example. And that's how you can grow. That's how you can develop. That's how you can learn new knowledge and skills. Like I said earlier, iron sharpens iron. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with asking questions from other people. All right? So, moving right along as well too. So, Void Heart says time flies. I hear you, man. Time really definitely flies. I know, like, the last couple of weeks have really been kind of a blur because I've had class the last couple of weeks. And now I got to really get after it starting next week again, so I got a lot of things to do this weekend. So Chess Crystal, early congrats on the Big 5. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm trying. Chess Crystal, it's been a challenge. You know, trying to get to 500 has probably been the hardest. Because I like to work in increments, okay? And I would say that that's been the hardest 100 to get, is to go from 400 to 500. It's been the hardest. It has been the most challenging. Like, I've literally, like, between 400 and now, has just moving along, man. It's just, oh my goodness, it needs to happen faster. You know, because I got a lot of people that I want to reach. I got a lot of people I want to motivate and inspire. I have a lot of messages I haven't even gotten out yet that I want to get out to people. You know? And, yeah, Koi TV, I agree with you 100%, man. There is nothing wrong. Here's the thing. I've seen leaders that are out there that absolutely will not listen to junior people, employees, subordinate people and employees. I've had those types of leaders within my career. Okay? It's like, I am higher than you. I don't listen to you. I don't have to do anything that you have to say. I've had those types of people. Now, here's the thing. I've learned from that example. Okay? You can learn from negative just as easily as you can the positive. You can. And I have learned a lot from the negativity. Because I've taken that negative, turned it into a positive, put it in my pocket, my toolkit, and forged a better way forward. Here's the thing. I remember one time that I was doing what's called a left seat, right seat ride with somebody. So in other words, I was replacing this person, and we were sharing content and information, knowledge, and experience. And I told the guy, I busted this dude's freaking chops for 2 weeks. I would not let off the gas. I was going 1,000 miles an hour on this freaking dude, busting everything, every process, every procedure. I was kicking this dude in the face. Okay? And he just looked at me one day and he goes, why are you such an asshole? I was like, dude, I'm not an asshole. I have to get through the negative in order to reach the positive. You just haven't understood that yet. And the problem is that you really need to understand what the negative is so that you can deal with it if you want to turn that around and turn it into a positive. But if you've never dealt with the negative, you wouldn't know how to deal with it. And that's the thing. sometimes you have to kind of role play and scenarioize. That's a Texas word right there, by the way, scenarioize. That's a freaking huge ass Southern word right there, scenarioize. I'm from the South, so I can get away with saying those types of words. But Chess Crystal, that's your word for the day, scenarioize. You're always on the lookout for what my word of the day is, and that's what it is. It's scenarioize. You got to scenarioize. You got to role play. All right? If you want to expand your thinking, your mind, you have to scenarioize. You have to role play. You have to go through what the possibilities are in order to provide feedback for an opportunity to overcome those issues, those circumstances, whatever label you want to put on it. All right? All right, so Void Heart said that I inspired and motivated you. I am truly thankful and glad that I was able to do that. And I want to thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to provide that motivation. Because without you, there's really no me. Okay? I'm here to serve. I'm here to provide that purpose, motivation, and direction. And I am truly thankful for you for being there, listening, and providing me an opportunity to speak. Okay? Because here's the thing, I can go out here and I can talk all that I want, but if nobody's listening, I'm really just talking to myself. All right, so I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to stop by and listen to the things that I had to say. And I'm truly blessed and truly thankful that I was able to provide you with some motivation and inspiration. Thank you. All right, so Koi TV, I hope I can be friends to all of you here. I'm sure that you can. I'm very easy to get along with. I really don't discriminate unless you've really done something to me or upset me or pissed me off or caused me to burn a bridge. Then I'm an equal opportunity. There's like an old statement that that I learned over the years. It's called "I'm an equal opportunity hater," or "I'm an equal opportunity kind of lover," so to speak. So equal opportunity, believe me, unless you give me any reason to turn my back on you, I won't do that. And some bridges are meant to be burned. I've done that too. Okay? You're Scottish, huh? You can get away with a lot worse? Yeah, I hear you, man. All right, Chess Crystal, how's everything going your way tonight? I think I asked you that earlier, but thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by, and I look forward to your streams again here pretty soon as well, too. All right, everybody, it's 10:30. It is late here. I got to get up early in the morning, so I need to get ready to go to bed. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. Thank you for listening to the things that I had to say. And, hey, John, thank you for joining over. Thank you for coming over to my website and signing up for my newsletter and signing up to receive my audio book. I'll make sure that I get those out to you no later than tomorrow, another ebook. And I'm greatly appreciative for you giving me the opportunity to give back to you. All right. And once again, if you are listening and you have not been to my website, I highly recommend and I highly encourage you. Please, it's right there underneath me. It's right there. TerryThompson.me. All right, if you head on over to my website, TerryThompson.me, there you will find more content from me. You'll find my books. You will find my 2 audio books that are, wrong way, right there. How to Live Your Best Year Ever in 2019 and Leadership Solved. Ebook and audio book. If you go over there and you sign up on my website, provide a valid email address, you will get instant access to both of those products right there, ebook and audiobook, for free. And I will reach out to you via email, and I will send you another ebook absolutely for free. All right? And that's all that I ask, is engagement. You engage with me, I will engage back with you. You provide support for me, I will provide, once again, my goal is to provide purpose, motivation, and direction. I will do that for you. Okay? But once again, I want to thank each and every one of you tonight for showing up, allowing me the opportunity to speak and give you some of my knowledge, my skills, my wisdom. And I hope that they will serve you well within your life and the things that you are doing. And I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. All right, so you guys have a good night. Absolutely. Chess Crystal, thank you for putting that down there. Word of the day, scenarioize. Thank you very much. It's a southern word. It's from southern Texas. See, that's all those years I grew up living in Texas and Oklahoma. So I've lived in Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, you know, a lot of those southern states. Well, actually, Texas and Oklahoma is a southern state. Georgia's from the South. That's S-O-U-F, the South, the dirty South. Yeah, it's kind of funny. What did I say to somebody one time? I was like, don't make me take you to the South. I was like, if I got to take you to the South, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get dirty up in here because this is dirty South. And I had to do that a couple of times. You know, and I actually surprised somebody. So the thing is that this person wasn't really ready for the way that I talk because, see, the way that you're hearing me talk on here is one way. I have multiple ways in which I can communicate. Okay? I have multiple. It depends on you. It really does. It depends on you on how I communicate. You want to get stupid with it? I can get stupid with it. You want me to take you to the South? I can take you to the South. You want me to take you to the streets? I can take you to the streets. You know, once again, it just depends on the scenario or the situation. Once again, you got to scenarioize. I have literally woke a couple of people up with the way that I talk, and they wasn't ready for it neither. That doggone mofracker needed some milk. There's another word for you for tonight, Chess Crystal. Mofracker. That's a southern word. Mofracker. I told that mofracker he needed to drink some milk. I'm getting silly with it now. All right, so there's another word for you for tonight. Mofracker. That is a clean version of MNFer. Mofracker. And I used to use that one a lot too. Hey, you mofrackers over there, get over here. And that's so that I didn't say the other word. Because I used to cuss a lot. And I still do for the most part. But I've cut back on it because I've found more entertaining words to use than the other version of them. All right. Now, that could be a song, though. Let me take you to the South. Yeah, that could be a song. But I got to pull out the guitar one of these days. One of these days, I may have to pull out a guitar. So, all right. I've talked enough tonight. You guys have a great night. I have thoroughly enjoyed spending my time with you. Have a great night, and we will see you soon.